The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Online entertainment.
NoDQ.com. NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
NoDQ.com.
The people that know more about me know this. I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! Whether it's the NoDQ Galaxy, the Jeff Meacham Network, the AGW Crew, Indie Force, or anything related to For the Win Productions, the gears of wrestling keep on turning, and we are here to give our thoughts, previews, and predictions. Good day to you all, and welcome to our panel for this week's Simply Predicting. Korega Puruslu! Watashi wa Noa Fasura desu. Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again back to City Predicting as we come together across all fronts of the multiverse of media and more to bring you our predictions, our outlooks, our discussions of the upcoming pay-per-view. AEW and NWW once again present The Forbidden Door. So let's freaking go. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another City Predicting right here on the Simple Man brand. You know what this is, for I am the Simple Man of the Simple brand and the voice of the JMN. And my name is Noah Foster. And with me tonight is a group of 4 here that we are here to discuss this pay-per-view in full. We got Christopher Rotz. We got Chaos himself, Zero. That's a unique nickname there. Watch the ticker. And of course, the man, please give us some support. But he's monetized, so super chat him if you want to get the conversation. Super chat's as simple as that. The Renegade of the Elite. Now, what Elite is he referring to? Because they'll be kicking off that match. You'll stay tuned to that. JJ Williams. Gentlemen, welcome back once again to City Predicting. It's good to see all of you as we are here to bring our discussion for Simply Predicting. Ben Dor, Rob Grigg, thank you so much for tuning in. To anybody tuning in, please subscribe, comment, tell a friend, give it a thumbs up. And again, if you want to dictate the conversation at Casa Dating Studios exclusively, super chat this man. Super chat, it's as simple as that. Before we get into tonight's festivities, Chris, you seem to be on everything anymore. You almost do this to the point that I think you could literally run this as host if I ever come down sick or something in the hospital. It's great to see you, and how are you? How you feel about this pay-per-view?
I'm doing good. I am so excited for the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, the second annual. We had the first one last year, and it was good with a lot of surprises, a lot of good outcomes. It's going to be the same come this year, come actually 2 nights away this Sunday. I'm ready for it, and it's going to be a good show, and I want to wish everybody the best of luck on competing in this Sunday's AEW Forbidden Door pay-per-view predictions league.
Respect, as this will be a part, of course, of the All Elite League. And again, to those that are wondering, of course, me and the next person I'm going to host here, he is one of the dads not always on wrestling. He is the founder of Cast 18 Studios. He is a guy that truly is about the elite. He'll let you know what that means here in a sec. The Renegade, JJ Williams, who, of course, participates with me in the Team All Elite League. And JJ, you're not doing so bad when you look at the score gap right now. The highest score being 16, led by Mikey T. Good old JM Jeff Meacham. Yep, Jeff, you're leading a league, man. Good job. And he's not here, but he's different. James Hebert, brainchild behind the Productions. But JJ, good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. It's going to be an interesting discussion here because much like last year, I'm not super excited for this show. There's a couple of matches that I'm like eager to see how they play out, but for the most part, I'm just kind of like meh on this card. You know, I don't feel like it's been built the best. I feel like they tried to cram a lot of stuff in the last week, and we'll just kind of see how everything plays out. If it turns out as good as last year's did, all things considering, or if it falls flat.
Yeah, again, last year was played by the injury bug. Thankfully, we've had none of that, and I think that's also helped with the strength for this card. And truth be told, you do have a point with the rushed endings of Dynamite we saw this week and the past week. Speaking of Dynamite, folks, as I discuss all things wrestling, and particularly all things all elite wrestling, with this particular fellow, he is chaos himself to a degree, but it's controlled, it seems, in some cases. Watch the ticker, my friend. And he is here once again to bring his thoughts in the most safe, monetized way possible for the time being. Great friend, as always, way more valuable than the name implies. It is Zero of Zero Entertainment, -Zero / Carter TV. Zero, good to see you again. How you feeling about Forbidden Door?
Boy, oh boy, this Forbidden Door has. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I almost forgot that like Forbidden Door was this Sunday, especially since I'm so used to pay-per-views being on a Saturday now, especially for AEW. But no, we gotta have Collision. So now pay-per-views are coming back on Sunday. This is going to be interesting. And from the card seems all right. There's a few matches on the card that makes me just wanna but yeah, think about that. But other than that, this about to be a really, really not only bizarro world, but also a bit, pretty interesting. Especially if they have the order of the card good. If it's because I feel like certain matches should be in the opener, the middle, and the main event. But thanks to AEW Double or Nothing, I have no faith in how the order of the match is going to be.
That's fair.
So yeah.
All right. That's respectable enough. Before we go any further, another great member of the City Predicting family. Shout out to everybody that isn't here, of course, not just the horsemen, but all of you fine ladies and gentlemen. Always appreciate all of you. And folks, stay tuned because you never know who might show up on City Predicting. And the family might expand too. There you go. Dwayne Atkinson here with a $10 super chat, or $9.99 for those that are exact. Sorry I couldn't make it, guys. Have a great prediction show. I'll see y'all for Money in the Bank prediction. As, of course, we have nonstop wrestling. Not TNA, but just in general. There definitely will be more super predictions going forward, and that will be next week. Dwayne, appreciate you. Thank you so much to the super chat. I know that Jada definitely appreciates that.
Yes,
and,
thank you very much, Dwayne.
And Rob here with first comment here. His thoughts, and I already got my match of the year, but he thinks Okada versus Danielson could be match of the year. And according to what I heard, as you talk about booking Zero, that might be the main event. But I mean, it's a dream match. I mean, Forbidden Door defines. You might never thought you would see this match, and two of the most prolific professional wrestlers of all time. Let's freaking go. So without further ado, folks, let's get right into it. So we'll go ahead and first, of course, again, for those that are wondering, yes, this is part of the All Elite League, and the fall will be live at the Collision, as this card is not fully booked. Go figure. As Sarah alluded to, it's Saturdays, you might as well use it for something, right? Even if it's crazy. So stay tuned for the forum live across my Twitter and YouTube, and follow NoDQ at NoDQ.com. Again, as I showed earlier, here's the team right now. Mikey T will tell you exactly where he is. He is the current Trios champions, but it's still pretty close with everybody. And as far as the All Elite Galaxy, Sean Bully still holds it down at 17. But Chris, you are very close with 15. So again, everybody, come be part of the fun, because this is literally the third show this year in this league. And there's at least 2 more shows that we know that will happen at the end of the summer. Just be part of the fun, enjoy life, and enjoy wrestling. Let's go ahead and
that.
Yep, as I always say. And again, you want to dictate the conversation as we continue on here. Keep super chatting this channel, Cascade Studios. Super chat, it's as simple as that. But let's go ahead and start off on course with, of course, the 0 Hour. For those that don't know what AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling is and want to look at some free wrestling, go check out the AEW YouTube channel for this match that kicks things off.
Hour, baby. Let's go. 0 Hour. Let's
I am all for the 0 Hour, especially when it comes to these two. When you have the most dominant Ring of Honor Women's World Champion in recent memory, Athena, who, spoiler alert, was able to successfully retain the title Yeah, apologies if I screw up your name, Botch. I don't have Google audio here. We can talk more about that later in Messenger. Follow FSB, folks. Athena, our current Ring of Honor Women's World Champion, still, after being Kiera Hogan in the Chicago Street Fight, takes on one of the brightest young and, might I add, heavily booked independent superstars on the scene, Billy Starks, who I believe has 3 championships right now. And this will be part of the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinals. For those that are wondering about the bracket, here's your initial bracket, as tonight we will see Anna Jay take on Chicago's own Sky Blue in the opening match, and the tournament will continue on through the summer. The winner of this match, though we're discussing, Athena versus Billy Starks, will take on the winner of Nyla Rose and Nightingale that will be determined tomorrow night at Collision. So the way I see it is this, folks. Athena, who could stop Athena? Brian K says who better? Tell me who better right now than Athena when it comes to women wrestling, women champions. I mean, I don't want to rule off Billy Starks, considering I know what Billy Starks is capable of. I've seen her work ethic in and out of Ring of Honor and AEW. But she's going to have to bring what Athena simply says. Step up or get step out. She's going to have to bring a fight, a more aggressive nature, a more violent, stronger spirit that Athena's been exhibiting since claiming the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. I don't know if she's capable of that. Youth might be on her side, but experience is heavily on the side of Athena. So I do think Athena does move forward in the Owen. Zero, let's go ahead and get your thoughts on this. You seem rather excited about this match, particularly on the Zero. What's your thoughts on this?
There's a reason why Ember Moon / Athena was nicknamed the American Joshi. There's a whole reason why. And if you don't see it, then I recommend you watch her matches on Dark, Ring of Honor, AEW, and maybe the independent scene before she went to WWE.
Yeah, because Reality of Wrestling trained out of Booker T's Academy.
Yeah, Dallas, Texas, freaking
Texas represent
sunbathing over there. But
not that we're going into sports. So continue.
But I feel like Athena's gonna win because I said so. Plus, that's my girl too. So I would say she's going to win the match. Billy Stark's going to give her a good fight. I haven't seen a lot of her, mostly because I'm too busy, on here just BSing around. But
That's fair.
But I feel like this might be a really good 0-hour match, and I'm gonna be honest with you. When I look at when they first announced the brackets, I was a bit disappointed for the men's side. But
really?
Yes, because I've been telling you for the past few weeks who I want in the tournament.
Yes, I know.
But
we'll talk about that here.
Happened. God dang it, bro! They had one job. But anyways. On the women's side, it's pretty good. You got some you got some good names here and there. This man's name is Haslin. That's goofy as hell. But
Haslin's a great follow, great support. Good to see you. Anyway, continue.
I'm gonna roast some of the comments.
All right, let's watch the ticker. You're fine. And Sean, that's next week. As again, City Predicting. I City Predict and look at all things wrestling. Shout out to the PW family. But anyway, Zero, you're going with Athena here, and you're not that okay. And
that's my
go
girl.
ahead.
I gotta do it, man. I gotta there's not many things I can say. The only things I say is Athena, I'm gonna win. Full eclipse and 1, 2, 3. Move on to the finals.
Hey, he got her already booked for the finals.
Yes.
All right. Chris, again, I know that you are heavily known knowledge base on WWE. And again, stay tuned for Chris and I to at least be part of my debate predictions to be predicting next week, Sean. Tonight's about Forbidden Door. But that being said, Chris, Athena has been unstoppable since claiming the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. She's been champion now since, I believe, Death Before Dishonor last year when she won the title. She's overcome the likes of Yuka Sakazaki, Sky Blue, Kiera Hogan, Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Martinez, just to name a few. Anybody that stepped up towards Fallen Goddess has fallen short. So, do you have Athena in this?
Well, I do got Athena in this because she's gonna do great in the Owen Heart tournament. I know Athena, she is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, and she actually got the championship back in December. When she
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Final Bell, but I keep forgetting there was another Ring of Honor pay-per-view between here and now because they only do so many. Thank you for that.
So I do have Athena winning this. Yeah, Billy Starks, I don't know much about.
Fair.
I'm gonna see what she's made of on Sunday for the 0 hour. So right now I got Athena taking this win.
It's one of those things, JJ. We talk about tournaments, we talk about shocking moments, surprise upsets. I mean, Zero and I could talk about G1 Climax shakas in and out of Osaka, for example. But JJ, you also can talk about what Owen represents. Owen was a guy that took the best of an opportunity and worked to his advantage. He's also one of the most proficient technical wrestlers of all time in and out of WWE, Japan, etc. So, JJ, what's your thoughts on this opening match for the women's, Owen? And do you think Billy Starks could possibly surprise us? Why I bring in James Hebert, who will have the thoughts after you.
Sorry about that. I had stuff I had to do for my uncle, so
Yeah, try to be more on time, brother. You're lucky I'm a benevolent boss. Anyway, JJ, the floor is yours.
It's my father.
What?
All right, guys, calm down. Calm down. JJ, what's your thoughts on this match?
Well, as Jeff always says, it only takes 3 seconds.
Correct.
So do I think that Billy Starks could pull off an upset and shock the world? Yeah, why not? I mean, not that long ago at a show out here in Long Beach, California, we saw Willow Nightingale shock the world by defeating Mercedes Moné to become the New Japan Strong Women's Champion. Like, nobody thought she was going to win.
No.
You know, I'm sure there's a ton of people that lost money in Vegas betting on Mercedes in that tournament. So it's like, can Billy Starks do it? Yeah. Will she? Probably not. My biggest issue and point of contention is this match is on the 0 hour and it's not on the main card. This is supposed to be a part of the Owen tournament, which not New Japan, but AEW and Martha Hart are trying to build as this prestigious tournament, and it's on the pre-show.
Right.
Now
I
get the fact that there's some matches on Rampage and on, Collision, and they're going to be spread out throughout Dynamites and whatever throughout. That's fine.
Right.
But Owen Hart was also a New Japan champion.
Yep.
Put this match on the main card.
I almost feel like with this, they're trying to introduce people, not just these two athletes and maybe the show, but maybe the Owen tournament itself. And maybe they're like, okay, give them one match for free of the tournament and then give the rest on pay-per-view and TV. It is one of those things, though, considering that, again, some of these tournament matches are on TV. Yeah, I kind of don't have really an excuse for this. I would just took a simple women's exposition between a Stardom star like Momo Kohgo and somebody from AEW, but
well, and I looked at the Wikipedia page with the matches, and I don't know if this is official or not, but apparently Tom Lawler versus Adam Cole is a thing. Where the hell? Yeah, exactly. Where the hell did this come from?
Okay.
Make that a pre-show match, a 0 hour match. Put the Owen tournament match on the main card.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Well, considering I'm hashtag spoiler free, thank you for that. But I know NoDQ always keeps us informed of everything. So thank you, Aaron Briff. Shout out to Boss Man. But that's interesting. And honestly,
yeah. And again, I don't know if it's official because it's on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is fan edited. But I was going there to just try to look at what other matches we're going to be discussing because of my lack of knowledge really with the full card. And I saw that listed there, and I'm like,
match.
What? Why can't that be on the pre-show? And move the tournament match to the main card. Not trying to disrespect Adam Cole, but having him on the pre-show would be a great buy-in. Like, hey, Adam Cole here, baby.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I totally had Adam Cole vibes the other day when I got dismissed from jury duty without even have to go into the room. Like, okay, you're dismissed. Like, boom.
Hey, Hey, we're down. That is undisputed. Fair point. James, by the way, no problem. I'm just messing with you. Good to see you. As always, folks, please welcome James Hebert, co-creator of WYW Wrestling, and of course, the Dairy Productions. And of course, that intro, which I'm sure comes season 2 of City Predicting, he probably will revamp it in some way. James, what's your thoughts on this opening match that's on the 0 hour, but also basically it's going to control the women's own? Remember, the winner of this match will face either Willow Nightingale and Nyla Rose, based on what happens tomorrow night at Collision. So what's your take?
So what's the matchup?
It is Fina versus Billy Starks.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't understand, because this is a rematch of sorts, I believe, and this should have been on the main card.
Billy Starks has faced Tony Storm, actually. She has not faced Fina.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. The
keep
thing
up with
about
everything.
it is, regardless, though, like, I don't understand why they wouldn't move this onto the main card. The only reason that I can think of is that it's not New Japan versus AEW, and that's the only reason they put this on the pre-show. Which, if that is their reasoning, fair enough. Like, if you want to make your whole main card matches of, like, AEW versus New Japan, that's fine. If you thought a tournament match could, like, be a good buy-in to the pre-show, by all means. But at least say that right off the rip and just, not leave people fucking guessing like me. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Zero, you had something you wanted to say at one point? Well,
I was going to say, if you don't want to use Wikipedia, cage match.
That's my source primarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thank you for that. So, James, at this point, despite the booking, you also have Athena.
I do have Athena going over only because I'm sure she's going to be going far in the tournament, even though she's the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. I'd actually be surprised if Billy Stark goes over. Not shocked entirely, but I'd be surprised.
Someone's got to beat Athena eventually, even if it's not for the Ring of Honor Women's Championships. He's been unbeaten since freaking December.
Yeah, exactly. Keep it that way.
Man, that's fair enough.
They need to keep an undefeated streak alive somehow, now that Jane's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make JJ sad. All right. Well, let's go. Well, I will say this, despite the fact it might be on the 0 hour, it seems like it's the only match booked. So hopefully they get a good dose of time and really unleash everything possible on each other, because this match just set the pace for presentation on what you should see or expect from the athletes and the competitors in the Owen. For the women, but I figured the men, I mean, it would just make sense like they did at Double or Nothing last year. I would just honestly just put them back to back. So now we go on the main card. And for those that are wondering how to watch this pay-per-view, it's on Bleacher Report or internationally, Fight TV. You got preview.com, you got Sky, you got Select Feeders, Dave & Buster's, you got Dastin. So, I mean, there's multiple ways to be engaged in this pay-per-view. So if you can, give it a chance. Let's go ahead and get right into the main card, because believe it or not, folks, that's the only official match book for the 0 hours since this new format where Jane's favorite person, RJ City and Renee Paquette, they get together and give you basically the whole rundown of the show. Yes, Jane.
Did I not miss a single match other than this?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yay, I'm kind of on time. Good.
Yeah, I mean, we got everybody's hype, everyone's knowledge base. We welcome the chat, so I mean, you're right on point. But hey, since Zero kicked this thing off and since you were last to join, and you're talking about the Owen and booking, why don't you kick this thing off as we go on the main card? Because I know what we talk about all the time. Can they coexist? Not a tag team match here, but the Elite, JJ, and the Elite, and one person that solely some people might deem as Elite, are all going to be underneath the same building. I'm just saying, including this man. So, James, why don't you kick things off about this match? As the men's win, has CM Punk taking on Cozy Lariat and Brett himself, Satoshi Kojima, in the opening of the men's tournament quarterfinals. James, your thoughts on this match?
No
and who
way.
do you got? Yep, that's what they booked.
This is the Owen? Oh my God.
It's the Owen.
Oh my
the
God.
first match of the men's Owens tournament.
Wow.
Lariat.
Yeah, bro. Wow. Yeah, I've been on that F Kenta train for a while, and I'm so glad this was the second choice. This should have been the first now that I'm seeing it in front of my face. That's the opener. Wow. Punk opening the show and kicking off.
Potentially. I mean, I would book it as the opener.
Dude, that's a hell of a way to kick things off. Wow. Yeah, man. Obviously, Punk's going to win, but that's the fact that this match is even happening. Holy shit.
I try, Rob, more than often. You'd be
Wow.
surprised.
Wow, bro. Okay. I'm a happy person. Happy
I
person.
can tell.
Happy man's right here. I'm looking
Happy,
forward
happy,
to
joy,
this.
joy, happy,
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 happy
joy.
joy.
My childhood Red and Stimpy, no, not copyright.
Don't talk about Ren and Stimpy. They might do that log cutting thing again. That was always weird.
That's fair because he also opens as well, and I'll get to that very soon. Anyway,
Okay.
James, your excitement in this match, but what's your pick? I mean, it's CM Punk, right?
My pick is CM Punk. I think we all probably unanimously pick CM Punk. I can't imagine anybody's going with Kojima realistically. Come on.
I mean, the last time Kojima was involved in AEW, he took on Jon Moxley at AEW All Out in 2021, and even that was a fun match. But yeah, Cozy Lariat, representative of not only New Japan Pro Wrestling, also been involved in Pro Wrestling Noah. I believe he's a former GHC Tag Team Champion. This is a very interesting exhibition, and of course, guy that has running roots as old as probably old when it comes to the wrestling business. So I'm looking very forward to a very unique game. First singles match, JJ, for CM Punk. So your expectations of this match, JJ, and what's your thoughts?
I've got great expectations in this match. Everybody knows that I am a Punk supporter, staunch Punk supporter, have been from day one.
Ish.
I'm looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of hashtag shenanigans by the t-shirt could potentially ensue with all bodies under the same roof, much like they were for Dynamite, as I predicted.
Ding.
Oh, don't.
And I love his little mic work there on Wednesday, talking about how he's not even supposed to be here.
I'm a collision guy.
Little shout out to Dante Hicks, and if you know, you know. But yeah, I definitely see Punk going over in this match. I see Punk then having to face Samoa Joe in the semis.
Oh Lord! Now, before you say
Finally
anything
giving
further, yeah, JJ, before you say anything further, just putting you on the spot here. Not that I'm asking you to predict the winner of the Owen. We'll be here all night. There's so much super chats that, or maybe we'll talk about that one that night. You realize, and I did say this during our collision watch along, CM Punk has never beaten Samoa Joe one-on-one.
And this is going to be his time. Like, realistically speaking, I see it being either Punk Starks or Punk Robinson in the finals.
Wow. All right, then.
Considering the juice has been on the other side of him in 2 multi-man tag matches now, I could see that as a potential one-on-one, and I could also see Punk Starks as a way to help make Starks, whether he wins or loses against Punk. But we'll get there when we get there. Punk's taking this match tonight.
So-
James, you have a thought?
I have a thought because you could spoil this for me. What happened on Dynamite? Did anything get physical?
No, not really. There was just a match between the Guns and the Hardys. And post-match, Juice and Switchblade came out, got involved, which brought out Ricky Starks, which brought out FTR, and then finally Punk came out last in Chicago.
And that place exploded.
We're still talking about
house,
right?
Cleaned house. Well, yeah, because he's asking what happened on Dynamite Wednesday.
All right.
Cleaned house, got on the microphone, and then, like I said, mentioned how he's a collision guy. He's not even supposed to be here, which, again, if you're a fan of the Kevin Smith movies, Clerks, Dante Hicks' catchphrase is, "I'm not even supposed to be here today." So straight up, throw to that.
Yeah, I love that. That's pretty cool.
All right. Chris, do you have anything further to add regarding this match? And honestly, I never really got you on your scope of CM Punk as a fan. So what's your take on this?
My take is I'm keeping it short and sweet. CM Punk is going to win this. And personally, I'm still a CM Punk fan. I will always be a CM Punk fan until the day I die.
Respect.
And personally, yeah, what he did at All Out last year, yeah, it was unacceptable. But overall, if you're going through something, get the help that you need. And
Fair.
personally, he did. And personally, you don't know what he was going through at the time. You need to
Although he
walk.
did briefly talk about it and also told Tony Khan he's sorry. I will say
Yeah.
that.
And you have to walk in someone's shoes in order to know what they're going through. And I
Mhm.
personally believe, yeah, CM Punk, he came back. This is his second time with the company now.
Right.
This needs to end with Punk. If it continues, then he's a problematic in locker rooms and he can't be trusted.
Right.
But overall, CM Punk is going to win. And I wouldn't be shocked if we get CM Punk and Ricky Starks in the finals, or
Awesome.
or I would put CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs in the finals.
Well, they did run back that match. It was one of his very first matches he had on AEW Rampage Grand Slam, and I could see Powerhouse Hobbs running the Book of Hobbs for a chapter of redemption. I could see them trying to run that, and I could also see if Samoa Joe does lose to CM Punk, doesn't mean Samoa Joe's done with CM Punk. So again, Samoa Joe's reign of dominance now for over a year. We got a new Ring of Honor Television Championship presented him last night. Be very interested to see again Athena or Samoa Joe finally lose a match. Yes, James.
My recommendation really is they run back both feuds, Punk and Joe, Hobbs and Starks. Then that leads into the finals of Starks versus Punk.
Yeah, fair enough. Then we see who the more deserving, not better. Well, I guess technically you have to be the better wrestler. The more deserving person is. So,
Yeah.
bottom line, everyone's got CM Punk for the
No, wait,
bench
hold
score
up,
final.
hold up. You meant
Yes, Zero.
all right.
No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, I see.
I don't.
Jeez.
Okay. I do like. I guess I can. I guess I'm okay with the Young Bucks. I wouldn't say I don't like them. I don't like how they act.
Fair.
I'm not like one of the staunch haters, but I'm not overly joyed by them.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to Chris's point about, if Punk causes issues again, just remember, Chris, it takes two to tango.
True that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go.
But like
But yes, Zero, the floor is yours now. Your thoughts on this match and Satoshi Kojima, Cozy Lariat, no bread
Well,
included.
well, before I do my predictions,
Ooh, cold drink. I approve.
let me tell you something. All right,
Go for
I gotta
it.
get this out my chest. This for the men's side of the tournament, I am disappointed.
Mm.
I'm disappointed because Brock Anderson is not in the tournament, bro.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Him-
Young up and comer.
Yes, him and Brian Pillman Jr., bro. Bro, first of all, one thing. Why the hell is Kojima in the tournament?
That's
That was
fair.
so random. I'm
Well,
not
It's
mad
not.
about it. I'm not
No.
mad about it. But it's so fucking random. Put your hand down. But
I was
I'm
just
down,
going
Zero.
piggyback on a thought of yours, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if he has a thought, I recognize the panel. JJ, go
I'm
ahead.
just messing around.
What's
bro.
even
know.
more random is Dustin Rhodes being in the tournament.
That is true as well.
Well,
That
I'm
is
not about legacy and passion that runs back the roots of Dusty. I'm not sure how much of Dustin Rhodes interacted with Owen Hart during the Attitude Era, particularly. So, I mean, yeah, that's a bit of an odd one there for me,
Yeah.
too.
But like, but the thing is that like some of these names, cool, but like for those who's new and never heard my take on the tournament, I would use the tournament to build up and coming stars.
Fair.
Because like the thing is with the tournament, if you think about Owen Hart, he was starting from the bottom. He climbed his way up to the top to the point that he was in New Japan. He was in WWE, EF, EA Sports. Let's play the game. But like he was basically building his name. So why not use tournament to build his name? We'll build up new stars like Brock Anderson, Brian Pillman Jr. We can start in there, which is good, but let's make stars with this tournament. It's supposed to be Covenant. All right, then let's do how the King of the Ring did. You win the match, like they will put in people that is technically random in the tournament, and they build themselves up with it. Like when you're Regal,
Yeah.
King Booker.
Best king of all time, next to Owen, probably in my opinion. Owen and Regal and Booker were the best king of the rings in my opinion. Unless JJ can surpass me on that.
Let me do his taunt.
Respect.
All right.
But like hell, they even had Billy Gunn.
Dun, dun.
What?
Yeah.
They had Billy Gunn.
That was
in
kinda
the
random, to be fair.
tournament. What the fuck?
Nobody
They
even
had
talks about that.
They had Mabel in the tournament, and guess what? He went to wrestle. Well, he went to fight for the world title.
Yeah.
Building stars, the world largest love machine, bro. But like, but yeah. So I would literally use this tournament to build up new stars. They could win, lose the tournament, but they have to look good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the prediction.
Right.
CM Punk.
I love the diatribe about the Owen though, and then the simple prediction CM Punk because again,
that's the story of this whole thing, really.
Yeah,
to be fair though, the Owen is part of this show. It's not the focus of this show, but that's why I wanted to kick off it because, in my opinion, it should be. I feel like a good way to set the pace. And if you're going to have the women's on the opener, I feel it's only respectable to have the men's both Owens back to back, so that way you set the pace for both tournaments. And in my opinion, I'm just calling it right now. My women's winner, Sky Blue. Men's winner, I think I should go to Ricky Starks. Those are my picks.
I definitely see Ricky Starks, but like I said, if CM Punk doesn't make it to the finals, I feel like we have a problem. Because one of the things that CM Punk wanted more than anything is to help get the next generation ready.
Yeah.
His whole promo on Collision was he's here until somebody can fill his boots.
Totally telling
So
lies.
having somebody like Ricky Starks or Powerhouse Hobbs or even Juice Robinson beat CM Punk, like that's big, especially when we're talking about Powerhouse and Starks.
Right.
And as far as, missed opportunities, Zero's talking about how come Brock Anderson and Brian Pillman Jr. weren't in here. I thought Sammy Guevara was a deadlock.
Yeah, same.
Like I thought he was a deadlock until Ty got pregnant. I was banking on Sammy and Ty taking it this year, much like Cole and Britt did last year.
As Rob alluded to, and technically Cole and Britt, they were both heels last year, but they still won based on the respectable name of Owen. And we all know Owen Hart, he was a bit of a trickster. He was also a bit of a hot hand, a heel as well. So the dynamic for the inaugural Owen with those two winning just worked out. So again, I'm just curious to see, will we have an upset? I mean, you look at these opening 4 matches, the only one I could truly see going either way is Tiebreaker DMD and Ruby Soho, because believe it or not, for those that don't know, that was last year's finals.
Yeah, that's true. Zero had a thought, by the way.
Go ahead, Zero, real quick.
This is probably out of topic, but I had to let this out in the ether. Rob, I'm sorry, but I'm looking at your profile pic. You look like Tucker from Heavy Machinery.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well, that was the most random thing ever, but okay.
Wait, I thought he was I thought it was a Roman profile picture for a second until you brought up Tucker.
That was Tucker.
I was like,
from
oh
Heavy
my god.
All right, guys,
You know what's funny? It looks like he's operating heavy machinery, so it might be right.
I mean, that might be his job for all we know, but you guys are also on the assembly line that is City Predicting, trying to keep this machine going. And I don't necessarily say this machine is right now working at 100%. So yeah, again, I'm hoping for a surprise at one point during either of these Owen tournaments.
Yeah.
But I wish the best to all competitors involved, especially the younger competitors, because I do agree with Zero. I want to see younger competitors win. And in my opinion, the ones up on the rise is Sky Blue and Ricky Starks, because Juice Robinson and Ricky Starks is just a further continuation of the Bullet Club Gold feud versus now CMFTR that we'll see really move forward tomorrow Collision. Honestly, Collision tomorrow might give us a tease of who wins that match. So we'll have to stay tuned. And for those that don't know, shout out to my buddy A-Train, King, excuse me. He's running a bracketology thing for both Owen, so follow him on the Twitter at AMT Roman numeral 23. Of course, AW Fan for Life. He's also a co-host of the Don DeMarco Show, part of their production. So go and check him out there if you can. And also confirmed by Rob, he does work in a factory. So you guys are actually accurate.
It all makes sense.
Don't you love when things just seem to just work in a seamless synergy of motion sometimes when it comes to just thoughts and everything? I don't know, my segues does, but you know what? We're talking about, synergy. We've been talking about, completion. We've been talking about the elites. And JJ, since you're a guy that's elite versus elite and has thoughts on the elite, why don't you kick things off with this 10-man war that we're about to see? As a Blackpool Combat Club, alongside Rupneck, Shota Umino, and Konosuke Takeshita, go up against the elites. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Eddie Kingston, in the same sentence, and the Stone Pitbull Tomohiro Ishii. This continued war that's been going on since post-Revolution 2023. And it really escalated after what happened at Double or Nothing after the elite. I've had a drink for every time I said elite tonight. Good grief. Won Anarchy the Arena. Eddie Kingston, of course, made his return. Eddie Kingston doesn't give a damn about the elite. He gives a damn about finally getting his hands on Claudio Castagnoli. Any opportunity he could get to beat the man up, he's going to take. And then you have Ishii, who's just willing to fight everybody in sight. And whether or not Kingston and Ishii can really coexist together, I still feel like there's a mutual respect considering they beat the living daylights out of each other. And of course, both men are involved in the G1 climax. So, that being said, JJ, you saw who won Anarchy in the Arena. Do we get some more of that 50-50 booking here, despite the fact the Humbugs beat the Blackpool Combat Club in trios action, literally the Dynamite a couple weeks ago? Who wins this battle? Because it seems like the war is far from over. What's your take on this?
My take on this is I feel bad for Ishii. It's the only person on that freaking squad that I give two shits about.
Well, that's fair. He is an odd factor. Oh, and I said the elite and say their name. He appears. There he is right down there. Follow my Twitter, folks. King, good to see you. What up? Anyway, JJ, the floor is yours.
I mean, BCC are just going to come in and dominate the way they always do. I agree with the comment in the room there about how freaking Eddie can't get over his own shit. He can't even get over with a fucking crowd.
Damn.
He's going to end up being the weak link of the team. And when you're the weak link in a team called the Elite, it's like we've already got some issues here with this booking.
Yeah.
BCC going to dominate, repeat, and hopefully the Elite will then move on to the feud they actually should be involved in with a certain straight edge savior from Chicago, Illinois. But I digress. Buy that t-shirt as well.
You can go all in all you want, JJ. All I'm going to say is London's in August. Just wait and see. All right. Again, I will say this. Chris, Eddie Kingston has faced Konosuke Takeshita before he went to the dark side. On Rampage, game opening match, both men knocked the bleep out of each other to the point Kingston fell unconscious and won in that cover. And then Konosuke came back and blasted Kingston in the back of the head. We saw Eddie Kingston take on Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Championship last year. Final battle came up short, but there was a moment when people thought Kingston could actually win. And their bad blood goes all the way back to Chikara back in the early 2000s. And then you have the Humbucks with Young Bucks and Heyman and Page, who just beat Blackpool Combat Club trio, Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley, and Wheeler Yuta, literally on Dynamite in Capital One Arena a couple of weeks ago. And then you have Ishii. So, Chris, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, this is where the part I would ask you, Noah, what is the majority picking, but we don't have the forum.
Nope, you guys are all saying the pace, and right now you're falling one for the Blackpool Combat Club. So do you agree or disagree?
Well, here's the thing. This match,
Jeff.
they are missing two key persons, and that's their leaders. They're missing Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson. They're
Very fair
missing
point.
those two key elements. And this match here, I know what the end game is, and that's going to be blood and guts.
Well, you got 10 men here.
I believe they are going to have the blood and guts match when they're full strength with the Blackpool Combat Club, Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, John Moxley, Will Luda, and Konosuke Takeshita. And then you can have the Elite, Hangman on Page, and Eddie Kingston for that 5-on-5 blood and guts match whenever blood and guts is. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm actually gonna go with, and I should have picked them at Double or Nothing, but I shouldn't pick this group at all. But I'm playing the safe bet here.
Is there a safe bet?
Yes.
No.
I'm going with the Blackpool Combat Club to get the win here because they're missing the two key elements, and when they get done competing with their respective matches, we will see a full strength 5-on-5 blood and guts, and that is when the Elite is going to take down Blackpool Combat Club in blood and guts.
All right. Zero, the interesting thing about this, besides the fact that Kingston is your spirit animal, a couple things. This is Konosuke Takeshita's first pay-per-view match, and they're really trying to build him up. And rumor has it he's supposed to one day become the ultimate babyface again in this company. But after his match with Bandito, clearly the opposite, and we've seen a change in his style. Eddie Kingston was involved last year at Forbidden Door in a trios match where his side lost. And of course, we'll be talking about the trio they face of a degree later on. Shout out to Paul, by the way, always a great friend. And Roughneck, Shota Umino, Konosuke Takeshita, they are, pun intended, young boys. They're the young boys in this match. They can really use this to really stand out and show what they're both capable of. Shota Umino, of course, being involved in the G1 Climax. And, of course, Konosuke Takeshita is the first member of Don Callis' new family, where Don Callis' agenda is to cut the Elite out of All Elite Wrestling. So, in this 10-man war, where, at nothing else, Ishii's going to knock somebody out, what do you see coming out of this, Zero? Do you think Eddie Kingston will have just focus on Claudio Castagnoli, and could that be to the benefit of everybody else focusing on each other, or could that be ultimately the death note, there's another anime for you folks, to maybe the other side losing? What's your thoughts? What you got? Because so far it's two for Blackpool Combat Club.
All right. Eddie Kingston wear his heart on his sleeve.
Damn right.
Just like me. But
that's probably accurate.
Yeah. I mean, there will be blood. Yeah. But
it's not Moxley, all right? Anyway, continue.
Yeah. But like the thing is the fact that this match it could swing either way, in my opinion. A lot of people is gonna say the BCC, also known as the BBC. I might as well call them that. But
they're not British.
No,
he ain't talking about the.
I'm not talking about that BBC.
Continue.
Don't worry. I did look at the fucking clock.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're all set. Just
fair enough.
Unless
I get anything from my headset by the freaking FCC. I'll keep you posted. Continue.
Anyways, like, but this match is going to be one hell of a match because you got the two young. Okay, you got Takeshita, Mox's child, which is Shota Umino, the one he kidnapped after Dominion. funny as shit though. But like,
And 1 year later, by the way.
yes, 1 year later, he still holds his master's fucking jacket. But like, then you got the Mox, Claudio, and their bitch known as Wheeler Yuta.
I mean, fair.
I mean, it's a more kinder term than what Brian Danielson described him as. Anyway, continue.
The poor fuck, bro. I'm telling you.
Describe as that.
Nah, this man stays eating pens and getting fucked up by the BCC, bro. It's funny as hell. Then
Yeah.
every time he messes up, the dumb fuck, shooter. But like then on the other team, you got the emotional train wreck known as Eddie Kingston. The Elite, also known as James' favorite tag team, and Hangman Page. Yes.
Also, no.
That carry on. Continue.
Then
Carry on, my wayward son.
There'll be peace when you are done.
Then you have the man with no neck, Tomohiro Ishii.
The refrigerator.
This man got no neck, bro. It's hilarious. So with this dynamic, you have a very interesting match.
Yes.
It's most of my betting will probably be on the Blackpool Combat Club, because the Elite has one member that is unstable. He cannot have a faction nor a tag team. Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Remember last time in Anarchy in the Arena when my boy tried to commit murder / arson in the fucking ring.
Yep. True that.
What makes you think he's gonna do what makes you think he's gonna do something way worse for Claudio?
Or at the very least, he'll get super emotional that they'll lose again.
He's not even going to get a gasoline tank, bro. He's going to have a gun.
Yeah.
Or a knife.
We don't need to go that far now. Good grief.
Let's hope not.
No, he literally tried to burn Jericho in the ring. What makes you think
that is
he's
true?
Going to do something wild?
That's absolutely fair.
This
to be
man
honest.
had a gasoline tank poured on Jericho and Danielson. He had a lighter. He was about to burn this poor fuck.
And I thought Backlash 2004 was ridiculous.
Remember his promo back in
I love that promo by
the
the way.
NWA?
Yeah.
When he said they had management told him don't bring that screwdriver. He's about to get a wrench. He was literally ready to kill somebody on fucking in the NWA.
Yeah.
I know Eddie Kingston. This motherfucker's crazy. But
he is.
Not despite his nature.
Yes. So this match will be chaotic. The match will break down in less than 30 seconds. If not, probably 5 minutes. You can have Eddie Kingston literally not getting tagged in, run around the ring, get Claudio, and beat the shit out of him. But, Chris, if it does lead into Blood and Guts, I want you to keep this in mind, all right? The last Blood and Guts, right, happened right after Forbidden Door, because that's when Claudio debuted. And I want you to remember who was on that team. Claudio, Mox, Yuta, who else was on the fucking team? It was Claudio, Mox. It wasn't Danielson.
Ortiz Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, them and guess who? Eddie Kingston.
Yep.
If this happens, the role is reversed. Eddie Kingston's not on the BCC. He's in the opposing team.
Yep.
So that's a bit of stuff to actually think about.
A bit of hindsight.
Mm-hmm. So
while you're dissecting the aftermath here, who do you have rendering the decision though? Considering Eddie Kingston's unstable nature, sounds like he's the wild card in this. But who you got winning?
Nobody.
Everybody loses.
The fans.
Absolutely
Yeah.
nobody.
That's
No,
a fair point.
none of the teams are gonna fucking.
Just throw the match out. Got it.
Even if they win, they still not winning because the feud is still going on.
That's fair.
So what's the point of picking a winner?
Just continue the war. Just see who gets
continue the
momentum.
war. I bet Eddie Kingston might get his team disqualified, and I'll be the main one laughing to the bank because that should be funny as fuck.
I don't need to see
Eddie
disqualification on pay-per-view. Yeah,
It's
yes,
gonna be the
JJ.
first time.
I
Yes,
think the
JJ.
tiebreaker question in the prediction league needs to be how long until somebody bleeds in this match.
Mm.
10
That's fair.
seconds.
Now, let's give a little bit more leniency. Give it at least a couple minutes. But, okay. And James, to Zero's point, I mean, there's so many different pieces here. I mean, Rob did mention, of course, the G1 Climax coming up. Eddie Kingston, Tomoshi E, they are in the same block. Could this lead maybe to John Moxley versus Eddie Kingston going one-on-one again, like they held in the pandemic over the AEW World Championship? Some of my favorite matches and promos were during that. Yes, I know it's BCC versus the Elite still. That's really what started this whole thing in the first place. And then you have, Tomoyoshi E and Shota Umino continuing hostilities from the six-man tag at the minute. There are so many more other storylines than just the simple who is truly the Elite, who's real, who's fake, blah, blah, blah. So that being said, James, what's your thoughts on this 10-man dance?
My thoughts on this 10-man dance is really, I think the Blackpool Combat Club's a surefire winner. I don't know. I'm not going to go into this diatribe because Zero pretty much took everything I was going to say for the diatribe anyway.
I figured.
He was pretty much on the money of where I think it's going to go. Although that said, hope Eddie Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii or Eddie Kingston versus John Moxley happens in the G1 and it happens on Dynamite, and that'd be cool. So yeah, but other than that
comment though was crazy.
JJ, I see your brain right now is turning gears. What are you thinking?
I've got a great idea for Blood and Guts, and I think a lot of people would shit themselves if it came true.
What are you thinking?
The Elite, Omega, Page, the Bucks, and Eddie Kingston versus Danielson, Claudio, Yuta, Mox, and CM Punk.
You're just waiting.
And it could start tonight.
You're just waiting to see if CM Punk actually face-to-face engages in the Elite in some capacity. And you're calling for that to maybe happen at the pay-per-view.
Think about it, bro.
I'm just saying.
Everyone's going to be under one roof.
You're right. You're right.
For a fact, Punk will be there.
You're
In
right.
the past, where we've speculated that this would be a great time.
You're right. And to add to that, you guys did bring up who brought up a key thing about there's two key elements missing from this match. I think it was two of you. This match could set the pace for who truly owns AEW or has the momentum. Because think about it. It's Blackpool Combat Club. It's the Elite. What matches are still ahead? Blackpool Combat Club, let's call it this. I think he's the leader. Taking on Reyber Shuchiko Okada, proving the effectiveness and the dominance and the legitimacy of professional wrestling in their group. And then you have the cleaner. You have Kenny by Guy Omega, who, let's just put it all out there. The Elite are equal. Have you seen Kenny Omega's resume? If Kenny Omega loses and Blackpool Combat Club sweeps the board tonight, how does that affect the AEW landscape? So this match could actually lead to a whole lot more of a domino effect than we are currently perceiving. It's almost like what happened at Dominion when freaking United Empire lost freaking what's his freaking name? Dan for freaking Bullet Club. Ibushi has to be involved in Blood and Guts. I don't even like Ibushi. People are calling that Kota Ibushi shows up at Sunday at Forbidden Door. I don't know necessarily that they would pull the trigger on that yet, but I do think the Golden Lovers will be under AEW at some point, and that honestly could lead to Blood and Guts. Again, there is so much in this 10-man tag than just the graphic and then just Blackpool Combat Club versus the Elite. It's absolutely freaking ridiculous. And yes, it is a G1 Climax preview. And for those that are wondering, Stay tuned for my Sybil YouTube channel to bring you coverage, previews, and a bracketology with the Wrestling Encyclopedia Casey Gallagher prior to G1 Climax starting on July 15th.
Fuck
All right,
Okada.
guys. Well, that was great conversation for
Fuck
what
that,
I thought was actually going to be pretty quicker. But it seems like everybody's going with Blackpool Combat Club. And based on the setup and the dynamic of this 10-man tag, I got to agree with you. I mean, at this point, with Don Callis' family getting kickstarted, maybe we'll get a number of the family. It feels like right now just that 5 needs the momentum. Shota Umino lost at Dominion. Blackpool Combat Club lost on Dynamite. Kadoshi Takeshita, the first member of the family. Don Callis by having their member. You know Don Callis is going to be in the corner. They're going to have something against the Elite. And if nothing else, Eddie Kizan being the most volatile member of this entire 10-man picture, you could damn guarantee that Don Callis will exploit that to his group, if not only Konosuke Takeshita's advantage. Plus, Konosuke is probably looking for that win back. So, yeah, I got to go with the BCC. Okay. Well, as we move on from there, someone said Orange Cassidy should be the opener. I don't know if he's going to be the opener here, but how fitting that a title that leveled up from the AEW All-Electric Championship 1 year ago at this very pay-per-view. Back 1 year later, defended in a fatal 4-way. This is going to be awesome. As freshly squeezed and badly bruised, Orange Cassidy for his 25th effing defense of this title in less than a year. Put that in perspective, folks, on a champion. Defends the title in a fatal 4-way against the Rainbow Pure champion, Katsura Shibata, the first ever NWA World Television champion, Zack Sabre Jr., and the guy that does the woo, the dumbest dance I've ever heard in my life, Daniel Garcia, the most proficient technical sports entertainer. Damn it, dude, shut the hell up. You're a fucking professional wrestler. Guys, at some point, everybody meets their mark. Jay Cargill met it at 60-0. All right? I don't know how much more juice you can squeeze out of Orange Cassidy and this title run. I think it's ran its course. So, that being said, James, what's your thoughts on this fatal 4-way? Does Orange Cassidy find a way again? Or does he finally lose the championship?
I'm just gonna say yes and stop betting against Orange Cassidy because somehow he always fucking wins against this guy. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not doing it to myself.
I'm telling you, he's the tribal chief of AEW.
He's the tribal
ones, bro.
The tribal
You the
juice.
twos, we the ones. The fuck?
Got to get the people what they want.
Wait, hold on. I gotta do this right. Hold on. He's the tribal.
Oh God, here we go.
Tribal
This
juice.
is about to be a.
He's the tribal juice. So let me. Okay. here we go.
So give glasses a fitting. Deal with it.
You gotta do the
acknowledge me or whatever. You know.
Yeah, I'm not the best professional wrestler in the world, but yeah. All right.
Talk about humble.
Good for myself. I'm gonna defend the belt, and should be a good match.
All right. Chris Rob says here, and Orange Cassidy, by the way, who also won the title in Toronto, Canada, non-copyright. Hello, Casey. I think Rob's also going with Orange Cassidy as well. Again, Orange Cassidy, 25th defense. He's defended against everybody in and out of AEW, including Katsura Shibata, who's involved in this match. That was one of his first defenses, and he beat the man clean in the middle of the ring during Rampage. He also defended against Daniel Garcia, beat him in Detroit. The only encounter we have yet to see is Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. one-on-one, and I thought that was going to be the match initially. So, that being said, Chris, your thoughts on this 4-way?
Well, this is the intriguing part. This is where Orange Cassidy won the championship back in October 12th of last year. And they
against Pac, the first ever champ.
And they leveled up and make it the AEW International Championship. And personally, I'm enjoying Orange Cassidy's run. Is he going to win? I'm going to say, yeah, he's going to win. Yeah, he's going to win because I'm giving the people what they want. I'm giving the people what they want because Orange Cassidy is going to win. And with triple threats, fatal 4-ways, it's all about you have a fall guy and you have a buffer.
And you can actually here.
I personally believe they're protecting Zack Sabre Jr. here, and they're protecting Shibata. I feel Daniel Garcia is going to get the pinfall. I think
shit.
Orange Cassidy is going to pin Daniel Garcia on Sunday to retain the AEW International Championship. And you got to give the people what they want.
Hey. All
I'm
right.
looking at 3 crackers with fucking sunglasses.
That is true.
All outside, bro.
Accurate, but Zero, again, why don't you try and break the mold if you don't agree with us? I mean, you did just call him the tribal chief of AEW, so whether or not you're
I'm not-
oxymoring yourself,
I'm not
what's your
breaking
pick?
the mold. I'm just acknowledging what I 4.
4 of them.
4
Just to give the people what they want!
4
Zero, do you want to make
crackers.
it? There was 5 of them. Jesus.
5 time.
I'm looking
I literally just got done watching the main event Mafia thing on Impact Wrestling's channel,
I'm
alright?
looking at 4 crackers with fucking sunglasses, bro.
Yeah, this is normal.
Yes.
This will end up in a circle jerk. Man,
Come on, Booker Zero. Let's do this.
I don't got no
Make it 5
fucking-
time.
I don't got
This
no
stream is brought
fucking-
to you by Ray-Ban. Anyway, besides the
got no
sunglasses
fucking
gimmick,
sunglasses.
I'm gonna keep this in play till this match is done talked about. Is
All
there any further thoughts on this match?
All right, here's my thoughts of this match. All right.
Go for it.
First of all, in hindsight, this is a travesty. All right, this is a travesty because I'm looking at the card up and down, but there's
Yep.
one person who is now on the fucking card.
And
My
that.
And who would that
husband.
be? What?
Look at my name.
Oh, Hiromu. Yeah, you're right.
My husband, Hiromu.
You're right.
He was
I'm
gonna be
mad.
last year too, so there you go.
Oh.
And Zero just left the building. Good night, folks.
Well, he's not breaking the mold, so I guess he's picking Cassidy.
I'm mad as hell though. But anyways,
That's fair. Still, by the
But-
way, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Congratulations.
yeah, this man is not letting go of the belt. But anyways, I think Miro or Andrade should be in the gym. Take your sunglasses off, Rob. You goddamn fucking.
Yeah, everybody else did. You did.
All right, dude, calm down. Everyone, hey, everyone, tranquilo.
Take your
Tranquilo.
sunglasses off.
Tranquilo.
Despite the fact you don't have Hiromu and you're losing another de Hapong as of right
But-
now on the show, Zero,
Yeah.
calm down, man. Show some decorum.
but Orange Cassidy's going to win by a roll up. And who's eating that roll up? What's his name? DG.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia. Yeah.
But I will be happy as fuck if Shibata end up winning the match, bro.
The second title. Oh my god.
Crazier
Dude.
things have happened.
There's a reason why I kind of want Shibata to win. One, since he's not wrestling in New Japan like that no more, because I think his last match was in Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes.
Where he faced off against his son, Ren.
Strong style, Ren Narita.
Bro, they look exactly alike. That is Shibata's child.
Mhm.
But another reason why it's because since he is in Ring of Honor, which is technically AEW Dark,
Mhm.
maybe it'll be a little bit interesting to see a international star win the title again.
That's
Because
fair.
the first international star was Pac, and that man defended that title beyond AEW.
All over Europe.
Yes. So why not have Shibata defend the title, not just in America, but maybe he might go back to New Japan and be like, "Hey, Shibata 2 belts. What's up?"
Shibata 2 belts. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Which
right.
is probably not going to happen because he kind of burned a little bit of management up there.
I heard about that, and that's probably a reason why he hasn't been involved, particularly
Yeah.
on Japan/New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, he went into business himself at Wrestle Kingdom.
That was
He's like,
funny.
I don't give a damn.
But if it's not going to be Shibata, maybe Zack Sabre Jr. and have him defend the belt all over Japan,
Yeah.
or
Well,
maybe, or maybe also in the UK as well.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Well, again,
but like, yeah,
all in's coming up. Just saying, Zack Sabre Jr. He's been the only inaugural NWA World Television Champion. So, all right. So right now we got 4 freshly squeezed, and why JJ did join the gimmick. Let's go ahead and get his thoughts on this because he knows a little bit about Katsuya Shibata. We talked about Zack Sabre Jr., Bloody Tekkas, and Daniel Garcia. You know him, of course. I think he's still a PWG champion, if I remember correctly, unless he lost the belt. But JJ, at this point, I'm just gonna say this. Give me a break. Daniel Garcia, the only thing he's known for right now is doing the woo. Whatever the hell that yin yang dance is for you freaking
this man
millennials.
not getting stirred, bro. This man's from New York. He's not getting sturdy. He's doing the fucking ridiculous dumbass dance.
I don't understand millennials. I don't understand this generation. But that being said, JJ, your thoughts on this fatal 4-way again? Miro and Andrade, that's a fair shout since they came back on Collision, and they are also both internationally recognized. Miro was involved last year for Forbidden Door in the fatal 4-way to determine the first ever national champion. And if it wasn't for Malachi Black's miss, he probably would have literally broke Pat's back and claimed the titles. So, JJ, your thoughts on this? Does once again Orange Cassidy find a way to win for the 25th time?
I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I got one word for you. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because it's a guy Cassidy's catchphrase.
Yeah. Despite the fact Daniel Garcia did get a roll-up win on Katsuya Shibata, miscued Orange Punch by Orange Cassidy with Zack Sabre Jr., of course, his tag partner, which I think kind of tells the match itself.
He should come out to you.
this is
This is
another-
my United States of whatever. Anyway, JJ, continue.
This is another one of those matches that I feel was just kind of thrown together at the last minute. If Sabre had been on AEW TV more regularly leading up to this match, I'd probably bet on Zack Sabre Jr.
Especially
But
with
this
one-on-one.
match literally just spiraled out of the random tag team bullshit that they had on Dynamite this week.
Yep.
So why should I give 2 fucks about this match?
I feel like Orange Cassidy is the exact same way, even though he doesn't really necessarily say it on camera, because I've seen his backstage things. He's like, I sometimes hate waking up to pain. I sometimes hate doing this, but this is what I've made this title as, so whatever. Zero, you got one that's comment before we move on?
hindsight, but look back at Dynamite, right?
Yes.
There was one interesting thing that actually happened that kind of caught my eye, and that was after the tag match. Remember putting all 4 of them grab the belt, right?
Yes.
Then Daniel Garcia left, Zach left, so it just Orange and Shibata holding the belt. Remember, there was one little thing that happened that got my brain turning to thinking this about to be another evolution of Orange Cassidy. Usually, usually Orange Cassidy doesn't show him actually carrying, but Orange Cassidy yanked the belt off of Shibata, and that was a bit of like, that's not really what OC usually do. He usually just calm and collected, but no, he literally yanked it, saying
That's
that
true.
saying that this is probably my belt. So is it? So do we think that he is actually starting to care more, or that was just something?
He's shown that a little bit as time has gone on. I think there's been
Yeah.
instances where Cassidy, acts like he's been laid back, but then he'll, do that bullshit, and then he basically, goes away and then like goes crazy. I think the one instance I can really remember is when he was freaking out when Chris Statlander was about to
That was the
lose.
only time he showed emotion up to that
and
point.
he was screaming then. So like I think he's very I think the whole gimmick is that he's introverted and tries to not care, which helps him in matches because he's able to like super focus.
Well, I mean,
But that can
considering
only
like,
work so
yeah.
long, I think.
Well,
that's the idea.
yeah.
What's the thing with Chris Statlander again?
He was emotionally engaged in her match against Steinberger DMD for the AEW Women's World Championship at AEW All Out in 2021, where she nearly took the title. But besides that, yeah, he's kind of been more just retroactive. But again, George Cassidy's credit, guys, last year he took on Will Ospreay and nearly claimed the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Just saying.
This man is just.
He's different. He's different.
Built different with his whole fucking character.
Yeah, but again, that plays to his strength. But you also wonder one day, is that going to be his ultimate weakness? And if nothing else, Dan might show up and curse somebody. So we'll see. All right.
Random question. Since you just mentioned Chris Statlander,
Yeah.
is it bad that when they announced the TBS title match on Wednesday, I completely forgot who champion was? Because she's barely been on my TV screen since she's won the belt.
It's kind of funny you look at it like that because I think in her short span since he's returned, she's been more active on TV than Jay Cargill was in her early run as TBS champion. Because almost every other week, Chris Statler has defended the title on TBS. So it's one of those things where it is, I feel that hindsight is 2020, but between her defenses against, most recently, La Loca Taya Valkyrie, which was treated like a main event match. Great time, by the way. Great back and forth content with the two. And then prior to that, she defended against Anna JAS and got her win back against Nyla Rose in Capital One Arena. She's been very proactive, actually, I think, as TBS champion. So, again, that might just be perspective, but I think she's actually been more so an active every other week type force versus the, let's just face what it is. It was kind of like quarterly almost for Jade Cargill.
And it was on the right TV network too.
Don't get me started on that. But okay,
that is true.
Since you talked about women, let's go ahead and talk about the only women's match here on this show. Because just like last year, the AEW Women's World Championship's on the line, but this time against another champion. As Willow Nightingale brings her power and her smile, and is the first ever NJPW Strong Women's Champion, goes 1-on-1 against the current AEW Women's World Champion, two-time Toni Storm. Ironically enough, Toni Storm came in here last year as challenger against Thunder Rosa, came up short. Now she comes here as a two-time AEW Women's World Champion. That gives 0 Fs. Again, it is kind of random. It is kind of on the spot. But after what happened on Collision with Sky Blue Widow beating Ruby Soho and Toni Storm, I can kind of see why they're doing this. Plus, it is NJPW representation with the strong champion. Now, truth be told, if things didn't happen at Resurgence like they did, you very well could have had the CEO on this show. It is what it is. Retroactively looking at this match, though, I expect a game contest, but I'm looking at the bigger picture for me when it comes to the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm ain't losing that title until Jamie Hayter gets her comeuppance against her at All in London. That's the story of the summer, period. I got Toni Storm winning, by hook and or by crook. Maybe the spray paint will actually work this time, despite the fact she retroactively sprayed Ruby Soho in the face, thanks to Willow. James, you can go first.
I agree that Toni is going to be winning. I just feel really, really bad for Mercedes because this was her spot. It had to be her spot. This had to be her. That would have been such a great match. This will still be a great match. Don't get me wrong, but damn, man, like the match we could have gotten, man. Like I would like the star power and the actual match would have been off the wall great, and I feel like we were robbed of it due to cursed injury. So
the nature of the beast. It's the nature of the beast.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Toni Storm was gonna win regardless of who was in the spot, but yeah, Toni wins.
I wish it was somebody from Stardom, but I feel like the booker there, Rossi, has a different outlook on the women's wrestling in AEW versus, the actual full-length all-women's promotion he has in Japan with the Stardom. But right now, there's going to be some faction reformation because a faction member is about to lose a member in a steel cage match on the 25th. I don't know how I feel about that. But I was really hoping for Julia of Donna Del Mundo, or maybe they could have got somebody from Cosmic Angels, or bring back Momo Kogo, who had a great match, like you said, James. We called it at Resurgence against Little Nightingale in the tournament. I'm surprised it didn't go back to her personally. That being said, retroactively, JJ, do you have any thoughts regarding this women's match on this card and the participants involved?
Not
You're
really.
muted. Oh, there we go.
I feel like
You're good.
Tony Storm's going to retain. I feel like Tony Storm is going to retain. This is one of the problems that I have with this card is that the majority of the title matches, you got a pretty clear sense as to who's going to win these matches.
Mm-hmm.
There's no real question mark on any of these.
No.
It was either you or James that said it, but I feel like if Mercedes had been in the spot, I feel like there'd be a much bigger question mark. It wouldn't be as definite of a retention.
Right.
But I feel like that's the biggest thing hindering this show is that all of the people challenging, and again, nothing against Willow Nightingale, but she got lucky because Mercedes got injured.
Fair point.
That's the only reason she's champion.
Well, kudos to Mercedes still, again, making sure that the title was moved forward and not just held in hiatus or abundance or, God forbid, interim. And again, that's the whole reason that Toni Storm adopted this 0F attitude. When she previously was champion, Chris, she was known as the interim champion. That interim word be damned, no longer a thing. So what's your thoughts on this women's match, if you have any? I know you recognize Toni Storm. You might not know much about Willow.
Well, I'm starting to like Willow Nightingale. I like her work. But personally, you have to feel bad for Mercedes Moné.
Definitely.
If she didn't get injured, it would have been a banger match with Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And personally, if that match would have happened, that match would have gone either way. But overall in this match, Toni Storm is definitely going to retain. And I agree with all you guys. Jamie Hayter, when she gets back, and I brought this up in the Double or Nothing predictions video, and I'm sticking by it. Jamie Hayter is going to have her triumphant win over Toni Storm at All In, and Jamie Hayter is going to become the new AEW Women's Championship at All In London.
Give me that Haterade. I'll be drinking a Gatorade in pure excitement. Rob here with $10, I believe Canadian super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother. He says, just sending this message so I could send you guys a super chat. You guys are awesome, and thank you for the show. Thank you for your engagement and support. We greatly appreciate it.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
man.
awesome.
Thank
but
you
okay.
very much, Rob. I appreciate that.
I'm not awesome, but okay, bro.
Be humble, man. It goes a long way. Zero, what's your thoughts towards this women's championship match?
If I don't see a fucking pounce out the ring, this match sucks dick, bro.
That is fair. Yeah, I agree.
If I don't see a fucking pounce, this whole match is garbage.
And I gotta hear the call after.
Yes, I gotta hear that.
You better hope they have Caprice Coleman on commentary. Otherwise, James, that's your job.
Yeah, that will be my job.
I swear
That's
to
always my
God,
job.
bro. But like,
That's fair.
but like one thing, what JJ said, that this match is predictable, which is always like it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, for something like this is fucking pointless, bro.
Underwhelming, I think, is an
Yes.
appropriate term, or more of a civil term. I understand where you're both are coming
I'm
from.
not civil at all, but
Well, do you know?
But
Again,
like-
hindsight.
but like the thing is with this like match, like it's going to be a good match, but it's not going to hit the way it was supposed to hit.
Right.
Because back when Sky Blue had that match, we know she ain't winning, but the match itself actually hits. So like this is gonna be a good match now, but it's not gonna feel the same. One, because this is a double-edged sword, all right. For like either way, to undo it. It's a double-edged sword because one, Willow is gonna look a bit fucking because She is the current IWGP Women's Champion.
Yeah. Well,
Man, she may be strong, but yeah, still same.
Strong
yeah,
Women's Champion.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
same fucking belt in my opinion, but yeah.
Tell
So-
Mayu and Tommy that's not involved in the show either, but continue.
yeah, that annoys me.
fuck
That
off.
annoys
But
me
like,
also.
You and me both.
but like, so it's not really. I feel like they should have done because it would still be a double sword. So yeah, like, fuck, they shouldn't even book this match.
Yeah, really.
Hey,
Because
but,
like,
yeah,
because I'm trying to think an alternative way, because this is not going to look good for either or if they decided to switch things up. Because if you really think about it, one person is a champion, the other one
Right.
is a champion.
right.
One title's on the line.
The
So
other one
basically,
isn't.
so like if that champion loses to a champion, the champion looks weak regardless, which sucks. If you wanted to do this match, why not pick another person? Or this is probably hindsight, scrap this match, then put the Owen match on this joint.
Mm-hmm.
Because
true.
because if you want to do it like, champion versus champion with no titles on the line, okay, cool. I'm fine with that. But the title's on the line. If
Yeah.
it wasn't Willow doing this, I'm not saying I'm not going to the Mercedes route, but like if it was somebody else to not Willow, like maybe
Miyu Yamashita. I mean, there's Emi Sakura, there's Miyu Yamashita, there's
Yeah,
Yuka Sakazaki,
somebody from that,
Hikaru
the
Shida.
division. Yeah. Forbidden Door. Or get somebody from, if I do go to Stardom, there's some Tokyo Joshi Pro wrestlers in there that probably gonna be like, what the fuck you brought this bitch here for? But
I mean, they brought Tom Lawler. I would say bring Siri, the
Mhm.
former World of Stardom champion, and I'm pretty sure she's a prolific name that people would recognize to
Yeah.
a degree. Yes, JJ.
yeah.
See, or if you're gonna insist on doing this, make it title for title. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Toni Storm get involved at Resurgence, making her debut?
Yep.
She did. Yes, she did.
So
on behalf of her husband.
throw her in this match, title for title, and have her take both belts. Since, again, no disrespect, but Willow wasn't supposed to be champ in the first place.
No.
Exactly.
Then once she gets healthy, you've got Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné.
Because you know they're going to run that back. It's just a matter of when
Mhm.
she's clear. I mean, talk about Stardom. Tem Nakano has both the red and white, the second and the most important titles there. I mean, Kairi, you could have did Kairi Hojo maybe versus Toni Storm, since Kairi doesn't have a title. I feel that would have been a massive pop as well. So there's definitely different ways that they could approach this. But the fact that the first ever NWA Strong Women's Champion is involved here, where her title is not on the line, but she's defending the identity of this title, and she hasn't really lost since winning the title, it's going to hurt the identity of the title and probably hurt
Yeah.
Willow, which is, again, a very bad thing. So, yeah.
Especially since she's in the Owen tournament. Like, how are you going to expect her to defeat Nyla Rose coming off of this?
I just
Yeah,
realized
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Is
But-
Nyla Rose versus Willow Nightingale before Forbidden Door or afterwards?
Afterwards.
Is it?
They
Let me
literally
check.
booked
Or
themselves.
No,
no, it's
it's
this
before.
Saturday on Collision.
So Willow wins Saturday, but loses on Sunday. I don't think that necessarily neutralizes the effect.
They just
No.
booked themselves into a corner, bro.
They
What the
did.
fuck?
They really did.
Welcome to Tony Khan booking. Sorry.
Well,
That's
no,
what-
welcome to
that's
women's
what-
wrestling, because no company knows how to book women's wrestling live except for Impact Wrestling, and Stardom gets it right because they had an all women's promotions for the last 10 years. There, I said it. All right, let's keep moving forward here. As again,
Real-
this
real
is the
quick.
only.
Real quick before you move forward, Chris, did you see Zero's heading?
Zero. Do you run Zero's news for wrestling? Just curious. This quick or
No,
not?
no,
Oh.
bro.
There you go.
Okay, hold up.
He said hi to you.
No. Yeah, but okay. Who the fuck said that? Who said I run Zero News?
That would be Rob.
The
Rob.
same guy that super chatted me $10. So be
That
nice,
is fair.
bro.
That is fair. Yeah.
Respect. He didn't
Fuck
know.
Rob. Anyways,
This
but
guy has no freaking barrier.
no, I
love
don't. But like Rob, I know who Zero News is. I'm not the one who runs it. I don't even run that.
It's fair.
Oh,
And-
there you go.
And I'm gonna say this: Zero News put some bullshit, bro. That whoever runs Zero News, they are taking my name to the ground, and that is disrespectful to me because one, I am competent. Two, I don't even want to talk about news. I just want to talk about bullshit to run my own ethos and shit. So yeah, I'm not Zero News. Whoever Zero News is needs to fucking get sent to the gulag. Anyways, let's
Don't feel
Listen,
bad,
man.
Zero. Don't feel bad, Zero. I've had a bunch of people ask me if I'm the JJ Williams from Wrestling Observer newsletter because there is somebody on Twitter who's got the handle JJ Williams WON,
Oh,
and
geez.
like that is not me either. I've had people that have known me for years ask me, be like, "Dude, is this you?" It's like, no. If I worked for Dave Meltzer, I'd probably be in jail for gutting his ass like a tauntaun at this point.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
All right, well, tell us how you really feel, and why don't you kick this thing off? Because if you
good
and
thinking,
Zero
I'm not gonna
prove
lie.
one thing, you all know A, how to show an edge, and two, have a killer instinct. But can John by Jack Perry finally develop one for Pete's
No.
fucking sake?
no,
Because he's
no,
taking
no,
on Sonata for
no,
the
absolutely
IWGP
not.
World
Sonata
Heavyweight
wins.
Championship.
Absolutely
Sonata wins. Let's move on.
I
Sonata
was saying,
wins.
does anyone really believe that
gonna
John by Jack
say-
Perry has a cold chance in hell?
No,
I was gonna
No.
say, let's just do show of hands, dude. If you think Sonata's gonna win, raise your
Nah,
hand.
man, you good,
We can
Rob.
Move the fuck
Every-
on.
everybody raise their hand if Sonata wins.
All right, there we go. Short, sweet,
Yeah,
simple, and to the
exactly.
point. As Sonata
Well,
suddenly,
Because
not
for real,
alluded
this
to.
was a talking point on open mic night a couple weeks ago. Like, how in the hell is Jack Perry going to challenge for the IWGP Championship for real?
that is
I wanna
someone like
read
that
this real
challenge
quick.
for this title.
I want to read this real quick.
Go ahead.
Cuzon said, I have no knowledge of Jack Perry. It's sad to see someone like that jump for the IWGP champion. It's an open challenge, really that easy to decide. It's the IWGP. I think this is worth more.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he's out of
not
line, but
wrong.
he's not wrong.
He
Not
really,
wrong.
he nailed it, honestly.
Flop and
Jeez.
Zero's on the floor. Zero's on the floor.
I mean,
And,
let
and
me
Sonata
ask
has broken
this.
zero.
Let me ask this: in the last year, how many times has the AEW title been interim?
Oh, my God,
Okay, wait.
man.
So last year since Revolution.
Since
one.
Forbidden Door.
Yes. All right. Well, that was honestly the easiest prediction of
Let
the
me
night.
say this though.
Go
Go ahead.
Because I kind of have a spoken piece. One, Rob, it's fine though. I'm just,
Yeah, he was busting your
going
balls.
over the edge.
You're
But
As if-
two,
Here,
but two. Poor Jungle Boy.
Well, this poor
it's-
guy, man, he
it's
had no hope.
bad
in hell.
enough that your challenger
Damn.
says this,
Yeah.
which means you literally have nothing. How
Yeah, bro.
how can you fight back with that tweet, bro?
You know it's
can't fight
bad.
back.
You know it's
hide
bad
the
when
face.
Hook looks more credible as a challenger than fucking Sonata does.
Bruh, it's
Yeah,
crazy because go ahead, JJ.
I was just gonna say, and we talked about this on open mic night. Like, how is it that freaking Switchblade isn't booked on this card?
Right?
Yeah.
And
Switchblade
he came in
could've been
last
a
year
few wins.
as the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and defended it, even if it was
Wow,
audible,
good
defended
point.
successfully against Adam Coach, and him and that page in a fatal four-way.
Bro, like
what a way to build intrigue too is Jay White back in New Japan and like alongside.
Well,
AEW
considering the
Post on Gold.
circumstances that he can never compete in a New Japan ring or in Japan again,
But it's not in Japan; it's in the United States. He could have weaseled his way in.
technically Canada, if we're going to be
technicality.
very correct.
yeah,
He's the one who was the idiot that issued the open challenge to anybody on the AEW side. Juice Robinson could have accepted, and then if he won it, he could have been back in New Japan, completely negating that role.
It'll be
Man.
crazy though. But like,
That would have been crazy.
The best thing that can happen is Jungle Boy Jack Perry loses in such a fashion. He tries to attack Hook, goes heel, and then Hook kicks his ass.
Beast.
There you go.
Rob,
That's
what the
accurate.
fuck that's supposed to be? But
Canadian
like,
Beast, bro.
That's his nickname.
but like,
All right.
but
Well,
like, first
you were
Chris
gonna
and
say,
me.
sorry.
well, yes, Chris.
Well, the reason I picked Sonata to win this match is I know Hook is in the corner of Jungle Boy Jack Perry,
His
And
best
I-
friend, quote unquote.
and I feel, yeah, they're saying this could be the summer of Jungle Hook. I don't think this is the summer because I have a gut feeling we're gonna see maybe shenanigans going on with Hook and Jungle
By the
Boy.
shirt.
And I personally believe it's time that Jungle Boy turns heel in AEW.
I should be a bigger star. I'm the son of the late great Luke Perry. Writes itself.
Shut your bitch ass up.
That would
Jack.
be a good freaking deal, honestly. Like have him turn heel, join back up with Christian at this point. Because
Considering Luchasaurus is the champion right now. Just saying. Singles champion, might I add.
Fuck
Dude,
that.
I don't know why they could, and we even talked about this, JJ. Why not Christian?
Christian!
Mhm.
Christian,
Canada. We're in
freaking
Canada.
But I would say this though, like this whole shit is a fucking disaster.
Well,
because
yeah.
for your challenger to go on Tokyo Sports and say that shit is fucking hilarious, and it basically says a lot about how we all see Jungle Boy. So
Accurate.
which is crazy because Jungle Boy he's good in the ring. But this
Yes.
motherfucker's bland as a motherfucker. And it's crazy because, like, bruh, it's just so it was mind-boggling watching this live, bro. Just seeing Jungle Boy basically be like, Sonata, I'm coming for you. I was literally like, bro, what?
Yeah, of all the names in the AEW roster, Jungle Boy Jack Perry was not even in my top 10. So, yeah.
Bro,
And that's being
that's it.
generous.
this
Jungle
is
Boy challenging for the
disaster.
IWGP Championship was not on my wrestling bingo card for 2023.
No,
Well, JJ, was this on your wrestling bingo card for 2023?
no, not at all.
No, but I'm looking forward to this one.
So go ahead and talk about the fact that Maxwell Jacob Freeman defends the AEW World Championship against the guy that coined the term Forbidden Door, the once-in-a-century superstar, the ace of New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I'm a horrible person to go first on these because I know so little about the Japanese guys, but I feel like this is going to be
Talk about the MJF
Max's-
aspect then.
this is going to be Max's biggest challenge, I feel, since the Iron Man match against Bryan Danielson.
Yep.
Because no disrespect to the rest of the pillars, but we pretty much knew he had that one on lock.
Yep.
The $1 million question is, will Max be able to overcome? And this is one of the ones where I have the biggest question mark for, because I could see Tony Khan pulling the trigger and putting the strap on Tanahashi, but I also know that we still need to have that WrestleMania 10 moment, considering what Punk has in his bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly.
And the fact that Max never beat him for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely see that this could be one of those places where some shenanigans, some collusion, some outside interference could occur, or just Max finds a way to weasel it out.
once again. Well, considering Chris, Hiroshi Tanahashi challenged last year against John Moxley for the AEW Interim World Championship, came up short. He previously faced Chris Jericho at Wrestle Kingdom and fell to a Boston Crab, basic move out of the NJPW LA Dojo, taught by Young Lions. When it does come to the grandest stages, though, whether it's Tokyo Dome or something like here, he always puts his all out there, no matter what. He is a main event performer. And honestly, this title actually does feel a bit more important to me than the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So, Chris, with the fact that MJF, and I believe this will be his, fourth defense now of the title since holding it for over 200 days, and while he talks about the competition, Tony Khan, where is it? How's this for competition? Even though he says that this is a rinky-dink promotion, what's your thoughts on this match, and what can it do to further MJF?
Well, I'm keeping it short and sweet. MJF is winning and retaining the AEW World Championship. And I cannot believe we're going to get MJF and Adam Cole as a tag team in the blind tag team tournament. But I do see a rematch happening with MJF and Adam Cole for the World Championship, possibly at All In or All Out. So I'm going to say MJF retains. And if you guys could raise your hands, do you guys all pick MJF to retain the AEW World Championship?
Yep.
I mean, at this point, it's kind of a foregone conclusion, especially when JJ brought this fact up, because while Adam Cole is definitely a rematch to happen, this is the match people are waiting to see happen.
Yeah.
I feel like MJF is the AEW version of JBL. That snotty kind of rich guy champion that no matter who he gets in a feud with, everybody expects him to lose. And somehow, some way, he finds a way to weasel it out.
Yep. With bell to bell, the guy is capable, and we still don't know what he's truly capable of yet. We have not seen his full potential, but we've seen the learning tree he's been under and has grown from. Whether it was Cody Rhodes, whether it was Lord William Regal, whether it was Jon Moxley, whether it was CM Punk, whether it was Bryan Danielson, and he literally has been the real pillar, unintended, that has elevated not only himself, but this company to a degree with his work on the mic and in the ring. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
So yeah, MJF's retaining because he's better than you and you know it. But this is going to be a huge, once again, add it to your cap. And I'm sure he's going to take up the media scrum and brag. I beat the ace of New Japan, blah, blah, blah. Now, as far as this blind tournament goes.
And I want to see,
go ahead.
When he's at the scrum, I want to see Punk interrupt him.
Nah, I don't know if they're ready to pull the trigger on that yet, but I need to see that happen at some point. At this point,
James happy. Look at him.
Yeah, but James likes chaos. All right, James likes chaos, and the red bag itself is just a pipe bomb fuse ready to be lit. Just saying. All right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and briefly talk about this because the only thing.
Well, hold on, Zero's still on.
I didn't pick. You got this.
I thought you raised your hand. Chris was like, all the motive that I'm just going to retain. Well, go ahead and give a thought. I'm sorry.
All right, God damn it. But okay, so there is a thing that I thought about, and this is probably hilarious, but MJF could probably win in two ways. One, by some bullshit, he kicks Tanahashi. He could probably do the Randy Orton
Punk kick to the balls, and in other words, he's gonna kick him in the Tanahashi's.
Yes, he could do the fucking Randy Orton Christian match and just get himself DQ'd.
That's
just to walk away because
testing the Ace's integrity because the Ace would never do such a thing.
Like the thing is that I feel like MJF could probably just weasel his way out the match like really easily.
Right.
Plus, it's MJF; he could do whatever the fuck he wants. And it's crazy because like the fact that I can't wait to talk about this on Spark about the whole blind tag thing. That shit was so fucking funny. But I feel like this could be if this is an actual match that would happen, it'll probably be fucking good. But I feel like MJF's gonna win in some fucked up way.
Yeah, agree.
Which is because if he wins clean, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, he could. I don't doubt that he couldn't, but yeah, he's the type of guy that would cheat his way to win.
And it's
he's just that guy.
And it's
has he ever won a match cleanly per se?
Not really. Even the Iron Man match, he was basically clean, but
My man hit it. My man hit Brian down
until the very last minute of the match.
Funny. But like the thing is, it's like if he does like decided to be a dickhead and just low blow at him or fucking get himself DQ'd or win dirty, I'm not surprised. But I really hope that, well, if they decided to pull the trigger with Tanahashi, I would have mixed feelings. The Ace is at the stage of his career where Tanahashi is giving back, which is crazy, and I appreciate that.
I love that.
Yeah.
More people need to do that. Just saying.
Okada, but
yeah, that's for true.
We'll talk about that soon enough, especially what he's become this year since Wrestle Kingdom. All right, and
This
JJ is
guy's
Jeff Jarrett. No, that's a different person. Plus, he doesn't have a guitar.
His name is JJ. Jeff Jarrett, double J.
There's plenty other JJs, I'm sure, in this world that aren't J Williams or Jeff Jarrett.
Hold on, I gotta see his name so I don't butcher this. Let me see JJ's name real quick. He is JJ WILLIMAS. JJ Williams. Ain't he great?
Oh, good Lord Almighty. All right. There we go. No Fargo strut. Not copyright. When does AEW and GWGQs? Very rarely, actually, to their credit, which I will say. And you're probably right, Ryan. And Rob actually thinks that MJF has won clean before he turned heel in AEW, I believe. When he was with Cody, that was the only time he was actually not heelish. I don't remember him competing why he was not a heel. I don't think he competed before he turned heel, actually. In AEW. Oh, no, wait. He did compete on the very first episode of Dynamite against Brandon Cutler. And I guess he did beat him with the submission. So maybe that's his only clean match. I don't know.
For the Earth.
But he is the Saw the Earth, but he's also better than you know it. Either way, go be a very game match and Dragon Screw Leg versus Galore because, again, MJF Slade's going to get effed up. And I do wonder the state of his knees. And I also wonder, how is he going to try and insult the Ace? What sort of big New Japan all-time great or move is he going to use to his own advantage? Because that's what MJF does. He exploits his opponents, but he also uses history. Again, blonde bombshell, James. What the fuck?
That was so unbelievable.
He broke his damn wrist doing that, though.
I can't believe he busted that out. Like, that was not expected by me.
Again, what is MJF fully capable of? We don't know yet. That's all I gotta say about that.
We may never know. He's the greatest wrestler of all time because he doesn't reveal his whole moveset.
I don't know if that's for sure. Then again, the only thing that isn't even more sure than that is Sting. Because the only thing that's for sure about Sting is nothing. So, Sting and Jericho. Is this one-on-one eventually going to happen? And as far as this trios match where, why did you do this? They're going to have an angle on Collision this Saturday where they announce a tag team partner. Could that be the trios? Could that trios match lead eventually to Sting versus Jericho one-on-one for the first time ever? And we know Sting at one point said he's going to go down the Blaze of Glory, right? How much more time does Sting have? And is Jericho going to continue competing the way he does in the ring, or is he finna to like lighten it up here soon? Even with this whole Sammy Guevara thing, maybe Sammy turns on him, the JS slowly implodes. And by the way, Minoru Suzuki, Chris Jericho, put that in the blind tournament. I think it's going to be Shigeru Takagi personally, although some people did say Naito. But that being said, let's go ahead and get James' thoughts on this first. James, your thoughts on this trios match. Do you see Sting versus Jericho coming out of this?
Baby faces are winning because Sammy's sick and tired of Jericho's bullshit, number one. Number two, the real question is who is going to be the surprise partner. We'll see, I guess, tonight. So
that's tomorrow. Botch. Saturday, dude.
Saturday, sorry.
Muto, Naito, Goldberg! Jeff will have a freaking heart attack.
It ain't gonna be no fucking Muto, bro. It's not gonna be no Muto.
No way. Not with a crossover show like this. I could see Naito. Naito's a fair shot, but I could see Muta. I really could see Muta. Yeah, that's gonna. Yeah, but you know that doesn't last forever. I'm not saying he's gonna be. He's not. He's definitely retiring it after this appearance.
My kayfabe father is not getting out of retirement just to lock up.
Your kayfabe father. What the hell?
Oh, good Lord!
Look, in another server, my father is Keiji Muto, but in here, you my fucking father.
Oh, okay. So in other words, what you're saying is, you's a hoe.
Yes.
All right, well, now we know. Also, I think Rob nailed it. By the way, Rob, do you want me to have a heart attack? Hail to the no.
Yeah,
That being said, yeah,
Hell
I agree.
yes. That match would be awesome.
I would love that.
That
Actually,
match is too dysfunctional for this world to handle. All right, just gonna say that for the record.
all the dysfunctional.
And that was before he retired. Again, bye-bye. He did the last love thing in February. Great Muda and the Wrestling GS Keiji Muto are retired, period. So I think it's going to be Takagi because due to the attitudes last year, one against Bullet Club, if y'all remember, at Forbidden Door, that was Darby Allin Sting and Shingo Takagi. I think it's Shingo Takagi. So that's my take. And I definitely got the faces winning. Chris, baby faces or heels? Do you see Chris Jericho versus Sting coming out of this trios match?
Well, who I got winning this is Sting. He has not lost a pay-per-view match in AEW, and personally, he's not losing here. I got Sting, Darby Allin, and the mystery partner. To answer the second question, Sting and Jericho, I do see that happening. I do personally see that happening at All In London.
That would be a huge draw, actually, I
And
think.
I personally believe if it happens at All In, I have a gut feeling Chris Jericho is going to be the one to retire Sting. I think that's going to be Sting's final match in wrestling, and Chris Jericho is going to be the one to retire Sting. And the mystery partner, I'm going out with a limb here. I hope this is one of the bonus questions on your
It won't because Collision's going to reveal it tomorrow, so go ahead and just try and spout a name.
But I have two picks. I got Naito, and I'm actually going to tell you this. I think it could be Goldberg.
Oh, God.
I'm going to be like, yo.
Jeff will have an aneurysm. And JJ, you know this for a fact. But JJ, your thoughts on this trios match?
I do know this for a fact, and I agree that Goldberg very easily could be that person. He did compete in All Japan between 2002 2003, so he has worked Japanese style, Japanese matches before.
Right.
He's known for having heat with Jericho. You think
Jushin
about how
Thunder
Jericho...
That's no one, but he retired back at Wrestle Kingdom 14.
Yeah.
Anyway, JJ, continue.
Like I was saying, he's known for having heat with Jericho because there was the whole attempted program back in WCW. And Goldberg wanted no part of Jericho.
Yeah.
So this could be a little bit of a throwback for that. We know how Tony Khan is a historian and a fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see him playing off of that. We have, Goldberg and Sting, two WCW pillars.
Yeah.
I definitely see the baby faces winning this one. As far as Steen and Jericho down the road, I definitely agree with what Chris said about All In. I think we could get there not just with this match, but with the blind tag team tournament.
True.
Steen and Jericho as partners.
That would be extremely bold.
Well,
and then, of course,
what they're doing with Adam Cole.
Yeah. Well, again,
Adam
a
Cole
lot
and
of
MJF, right?
You're right. There's possibilities, but I mean, crazier things have happened in 2023. Truly, it is the year of never say never. So, again, and like I said, both are retired. So, it's one of those things where right now, based on last year, Shingo Takagi is my first ballot pick because they call themselves dudes with attitude. Sting, Darby, and Shingo.
Yeah,
so
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
That's why I'm leaning more towards that. So we'll have to wait and see. It should be a fun trios match, though, because, again, when Sting's on pay-per-view, it's always a party, especially for Tony Schiavone. All right, guys. Well, good talk so far. Yes, Zero.
All right. So, I have a few predictions on who could be the tag partner, right?
All right, here we go.
Because
See
the
how far
thing
you go out.
Okay, because the thing is, when you look back at the promo, you have enemies in a lot of places, right?
As
So-
Ryan just quoted, yes.
Yes, Ryan, you are a fucking king, you goddamn peasant. But
What?
Calm down, tranquilo. Get
But,
your
like,
names
That's
out there.
very bipolar of you.
I know, right? All right, so
Oh,
I have
it
a
is
few
June.
picks because you got to have a few picks, right?
Yeah.
Right. Anyways,
Well, at least for
one
the next
pick-
24 hours.
yes, one pick could be Rob Van Dam.
Ooh.
ECW.
Mm.
Remember, they used to have a feud, and they know each other back in ECW.
Sure.
Plus, Rob Van Dam is like 100 years old, and he could still move like he was young.
I mean, they brought Sabu back, so why the heck not?
Rob Van Dam wrestled in Noah. Remember?
You did.
Yeah, Pro Wrestling
So
Noah.
was.
What a fucking weirdo. But but another one could be the returning back to AEW, Juventud Guerrero.
Oh my god.
I didn't even figure about that name.
Another
All right.
one they could probably bring out is Rhino.
He
This is
did
such a
impact.
roll job by you. I'm done.
No,
I'm
I'm
so done.
no.
All right.
No
I
way.
literally have a list of top
Why?
50 rivals of Chris Jericho.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I
but
love
that's
that.
just-
I-
Another
None of
rivalry
them have
could be-
anything to do with
they
Japan.
could bring
though.
back
All right.
Chavo, bro.
well,
No.
as
Why
much
not
fun
Jeff
as this
Hardy?
WCW promo
Ricky
reincarnated
Steamboat.
is, we need to keep moving
Eddie
forward.
Guerrero
So,
come
I
back.
agree. Just go.
all right, that was good stuff.
Eddie Guerrero could come back. What you talking about, bro?
Uh,
No,
RIP.
can't. I wish.
But anyways,
Look, if Eddie Guerrero still exists in 2023, it'd be a whole different industry. There, I said. But that being said, why 2023 has become the landscape of the wrestling industry for multiple main events. These last two matches that we have left might as well be your double main event. And considering what they said will be the actual main event, we're going to start with the match that might as well be the semi-main event, similar to what they did at Wrestle Kingdom. So here we freaking go with one of the only two matches that probably have the most interest out of everybody on this show. Kenny, by God, Omega defends the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship against the Commonwealth Kingpin Will Ospreay. A rematch from Wrestle Kingdom 17 earlier this year on January 4th. And since Kenny Omega has won this title, he's defended it once. But Will Ospreay is looking to prey on his mentality, which honestly, some people believe that is the reason Kenny Omega won at Wrestle Kingdom in the first place. And this truly has become a mental game since Don Callis showed his invisible hand and turned his back on his lifelong friend. So, with Will Ospreay having personal security by Don Callis, who says he wants a clean fight, you don't trust Cyrus the Virus for your life. Chris, you said you wanted to be first on this, so the floor is yours. Does Will Ospreay regain the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship ahead of going into the G1 Climax?
Well, this is actually the match I'm looking forward to.
I figured.
It's gonna be a good bout between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Well,
Yeah.
I saw this past Wednesday on AEW with Don Callis and Will Ospreay. You can't trust Don Callis, and Will Ospreay knows that. As far as the winner goes, there's a lot of scenarios that could happen with this. And I know you guys are saying about G1 Climax. But we have to think about All In. And is that a hometown
My Canadian
of
god is losing.
is that a hometown of Will Ospreay?
Home country. He's from the UK.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The
I didn't
UK's
even
a
think about
town?
that.
Holy shit.
No, it's a country, but this is not a geography lesson. Chris,
England
continue.
is my city.
Well,
Hold it together, guys. Come on now. Chris, continue.
well, I've been studying this. If Kenny retains on Sunday, they could easily run this back with a rematch and have Will Ospreay finally beat Kenny Omega for the IWGP United States Championship and get Will Ospreay that big moment in London.
And third time's the charm. Okay.
But with this, what I saw Wednesday, that I'm like still torn. But to move this show forward with the prediction, as of now, I'm going to say that Will Ospreay finally beats Kenny Omega to become the new IWGP United States Championship.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about earlier with the 10-man tag. The result of that match could reflect the rest of the show when it comes to Blackpool Combat Club's dominance and the Elite's dominance when you talk about the figureheads of both groups, Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. As far as we know, James, this match is not officially closing the show, but it might as well be part of a double main event. And you guys keep calling out the name Kota Ibushi. Maybe this is the match that catapults him finally showing up to aid his friend in defeat post. I mean, again, when the Golden Lovers first reunited after Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega had their fallout, when Cody Rhodes was trying to usurp himself as the Elite and the leader of Bullet Club, we all saw what that led to and how far that story went to Kenny Omega finally being Okada at Dominion. So, James, your thoughts on this title match?
You know, before I thought it was a shoo-in that Ospreay was going to win the title, and then he threw that wrench in there. But now, kind of thinking about it more, the way I see this, it's going to be one of those situations where Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay is going to be 1-for-1. And I do think they're going to have the rematch for the belt at All In with Ospreay coming in as a champion. You gotta consider the fact that Jamie Hayter is going to come in as the challenger for the women's side. So that contingent's kind of already taken care of. So in this instance, it's going to be Will Ospreay coming in as champion, representing his hometown in that way. So I think he's going to win the IWGP US title here against Omega. I can't imagine why they wouldn't do it. But I could see it going either way. This is one of those things that's not as clear cut. This is one of those matches that is a little bit unpredictable. So,
all right. Zero, as we talked about, we know Will Ospreay will be involved in G1 Climax this year, and he will also be in the same block as Kazuchika Okada, which is also another win he has yet to get also clean as a whistle. He only got one win previously against him in a previous G1 when the United Empire came to form, courtesy of Bea Priestley and Great-O Khan. Oh, hell. While he had the United States IWGP Championship, he defended it, made it the title, the focal point, 8 successful times. And I do think Will Ospreay wants to bring that back to New Japan Pro Wrestling with a crowd that no longer can clap. It feels like, for me, New Japan probably wants Will Ospreay to win, but can he do it here in Canada, Kenny Omega's home turf? And does this just further escalate the whole Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite storyline? So, Zero, what's your thoughts on this match?
Okay, one, I want Will Ospreay to win, and that's also my prediction. But I don't think it's good to have Kenny win this match, because one, if they're gonna have the rematch in the UK, wouldn't it be better if instead of Ospreay being 0-2, being 1-1, then the rubber match would be at all in, and
yeah, that's what I said.
Win.
Yeah.
It will make a whole lot more sense if they do that. But like the thing is this, right? This match had a whole lot of history beyond like everything, beyond what we was told at the Wrestle Kingdom press conference. This match has a lot of history.
Yep.
Beyond anything. So
even beyond when Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay first faced each other in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Back when Ospreay was just the Arrow Assassin.
Yeah. And like for Kenny to basically be like, I'm passing the torch, you're just my replacement and all that shit. So I think this is gonna be the show where Kenny's not gonna pass the torch, but Kenny's gonna actually take that L. So when London comes, that's when he passed the torch to Will, because Will beat him more times than him. So I feel like this match will be fucking incredible.
Yep.
It might not top the Wrestle Kingdom one because the Wrestle Kingdom one was fucking intense.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, bro. I'm telling you. But this might be as good. Probably not better, but it's gonna be as good.
Yeah.
And I hope this is the semi-main because one, I don't know, because there's two matches on this card that could be the main event. But the thing is, you don't want to burn out the crowd.
Exactly.
Because if one match steals the show, then the next match supposed to steal the show. The crowd's gonna be dead, rest in piss, and then they just would not like react to the main event. No wonder half of these fucking shows be like burning motherfuckers out.
But considering right now this show looks like it's going to have a 3.5 hour span, according to the media scrum, being at 11:45 p.m. post pay-per-view.
I just hope that my prediction is Will Ospreay hidden blading Kenny's cranium and have him die in the ring. So,
Well, not die, but
not die in the ring, but
metaphorically speaking.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
You bastard!
That bastard.
Yeah. So like, Kenny Omega's he's gonna take that hidden blade, maybe get a post-match segment. Maybe Don Callis laugh in his face, say, "Haha, you're a fucking loser." Without me, without me, you would have beaten Will Ospreay again. But no, you want to go back with your goons and shit. Basically, maybe the debut of Kota Ibushi, because I did hear or read, because reading is fundamental, that Tony Khan did say if this show goes well, then the plan is set for something in the future. So maybe we might see Kota Ibushi. Probably not, because how many times we've been blue balled by this Double or Nothing.
More than
Kota didn't show up. King's return, he didn't show. Maybe here, probably not. But
all right.
But like, depending on how things go and how they hype things up, we may or may not see it. But hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Ospreay Omega should be the main event, just
Yeah.
so we'll be in the show with the Brawl of Bushi.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Golden
fair.
Lovers be the last.
If
Golden Lovers be the
Ibushi's
last
there.
thing. Golden Lovers be the last thing you see on the screen here. Well, again, I also wonder, again, subtangent, this continued idea that Kenny Omega is the elite. Brian Danielson at one point called him the only real professional here. And we're literally talking about Brian Danielson, Kenny Omega, which honestly, I wonder if that could be run back based on the results of these matches. But JJ, where do you stand with this? I mean, for Will Ospreay, he even said it post Wrestle Kingdom. He had to figure things out by the end of this year, or honestly, he might need to go somewhere else. With him now finally settled down with a family, feels comfortable in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and really this match right here, it's revenge for him. Not redemption, it is revenge. He says he's going to his turf, and he's bringing back the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship by any means necessary, it sounds like. So, JJ, where do you stand in this match?
I think Will Ospreay is winning. I think Omega's going to go down like a whore in Las Vegas. And that's about the end of that for me.
Simply put, I'm sure Jeff would have much more to say, considering he literally knows what Ospreay's capable of, at least on Jericho Cruise. But either way, yeah, this truly has everything possible to be match of the night. But speaking of match of the night, let's talk about the main event now, because as Excalibur did allude to, thank you, Paula, for confirming that. Pretty much Excalibur was talking about that Okada and Bryan Danielson, the dream match, and it is a dream match for any professional wrestling fan, especially one like me, of sorts. This is definitely going to be, I don't think these guys are going to go 60 minutes, but they're more than capable of doing that. If Tony Khan ever tried that again, though, he'd be bloody insane. But here we go, folks. For the first time ever, we will see the guy that climbs the red dirt in the desert try and make sure there is no rain in a place that already had dry fires. As the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson goes one-on-one with the first time ever, Renamika Kazuchika Okada. And simply put, This is about who truly is the best, as James is smiling ear to ear, professional wrestler in the world. JJ is cracking his fingers on this shit. JJ, you and I, we talk about all the time when it comes to what I'm about, what you're about. You're about long-term storytelling. I'm just a simple man, and I'm all about professional wrestling. Damn it! But I digress. So that being said, JJ, this match is going to give us all of that and more. What precipice does it set if the American Dragon beats the former 6-time IWGP freaking world champion ahead of him being part of G1 Climax after winning it 2 years in a row? What does it mean for Kazuchika Okada to beat Bryan Danielson, where all this year, channeling Inokiism, he's been beating the shit out of all these young boys, this current generation trying to usurp him, from Kaito Kiyomiya to Renda Rita to Shota Umino to even the outstanding Zero's guy from All Japan Pro Wrestling. Sorry, brother. But this is no young boy. This is fucking Bryan Danielson, all right? The American Dragon, former Ring of Honor world champion, former WWE champion. And honestly, this guy's got a longer resume than Kazuchika Okada, but maybe not as long as a discipline considering what Okada's been through, not just in Mexico training under Ultimo Dragon. JJ, the floor is yours. Your thoughts on this match and your pick.
Before I get into my thoughts on this one, I want to piggyback off of one thing that Zero said in the last talk, where he talked about how this match and the last match going back to back could drain the crowd. You got to remember Tony Khan booking. Tony Storm versus Willow is going to go in between those two, just like that always hits those women's matches the right time. So that'll give the audience a chance to chill.
Yeah.
But I look at this match and I look at two top caliber talents, and while I'm still grossly uneducated for the most part when it comes to Okada, I've seen enough of him to know that he's something special. He's what it's been getting thrown around a lot lately, but I'm going to use the phrase generational talent.
Fair enough.
There's something special about Kazuchika Okada. Him beating the American Dragon, I feel like it's big, but I feel like Bryan Danielson beating Okada is bigger.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really looking at for this. I'm trying to look at the long-term implications as opposed to the short game. Bryan Danielson wins, you got to figure he's next in line for Sonata in that championship. Bryan Danielson becomes IWGP World Champion. That's big time. And then if Okada can get through the G1 Climax, you can run it back for the title.
Ooh, at Wrestle Kingdom, that'd be the main event. Now, would Okada get his win back, though, like he did over Jay White this year, is the question.
Something to think about. There's something to think about there, you know. I appreciate that, Rob, that Okada is a legend. I don't see that much New Japan.
Which is fair.
What I am exposed to as far as New Japan wise is pretty much whatever we see on AEW screens. So I've seen a little bit of Okada, but I've not seen a lot of Okada.
I'm just going to pause you real quick, JJ. I want you to try something. I want you to try NWW World, and I want you to put in Kazuchika Okada, and then just try and find a singles match and get back with me and let me know what you think. Because matches with Tanahashi, Kenny Omega, Minoru Suzuki, Shingo Takagi, Will Ospreay, Tetsuya Naito, the list goes on and on. Thank you. Sorry, Shibata, Genesis 2017. What you said, James?
I'd even recommend Omega. Omega.
Well, again, Wrestle Kingdom 11 set the world on fire, pun intended. So, again, Okada, you said it yourself. I think you hit the nail on the head. Generational. MJF calls himself a generational talent. Excuse me, just saying. And Okada defended the IWGP Heavyweight Championship successfully against Chris Jericho at Dominion. Okada, still in his prime, already a legend, 32 years of age. Just saying.
But with my booking, I feel like if we're giving Osprey the match against Omega, we've got to flip the pendulum and give this match to Bryan Danielson.
And thus, the Blackpool Combat Club literally surpasses the Elite. And Bryan Danielson is the better professional wrestler than Kenny Omega, despite the fact they only had one match that went to a 30-minute draw.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is I would not be mad if this went to a time limit draw.
You realize they're going to get 60 minutes, though, right?
I figure, but like, dude, I could see this happening.
I go back to Dominion, Kenny Omega, forget
That's
Okada. They went to a 60-minute draw. So, yes, you're right. It could absolutely happen. Okay, Mike, that's a fair take. But
And
it sounds like...
And then they run it back at All In.
But you talk about All In, the fact there's 65,000 people, not a single thing booked for him. We're trying to book Jamie Hayter's redemption and also Will Ospreay's homecoming, if not his redemption. But we already picked Will Ospreay, it seems. Everybody did. So, I mean, again, right now, nothing booked. This show has to book something for All In my opinion. And JJ, again.
Hopefully All In doesn't turn into WWE Backlash and it's just a slew of rematches.
I highly doubt they'll do that unless they have storyline implications for a couple, which would actually make it more merit. And also the World Championship would be defended. Ayo. That being said, don't forget again, Okada's involved in the G1. He will not be involved in anything else for over a month, starting July 15th. And he's won this thing now 2 years in a row.
True that.
So again, Okada losing before the G1. Bryan Danielson, though, losing. If the Elite, there's two different dynamics here we got to look at, okay? The strength for the AEW side and the strength of the New Japan Pro Wrestling side. And Zero, when's the last time Okada lost on American soil, let alone in singles action? I can't recall a time he was pinned.
Man, Okada's just a fucking dickhead, so I don't.
That is also true. Because he will close that forbidden door behind him and throw away the key. Bye, see ya.
Hold up. When was the last time this dumbass lost, bro?
I thought you know that. I've been saying Danielson since I've heard this match. I've been flip-flopping, but I'm still thinking Danielson. And based on your long-term storytelling, JJ, you think Bryan Danielson should be the guy that gets the win here, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 with the American Dragon. Why Zero looks up that fact. And, okay, that's an interesting statement. Why he looks that up. Chris, I see
Okay, so
brain.
he did lost, but
Wait.
The last time he lost, wait.
Because I know
Oh,
Door was
shit.
away. He wasn't involved in the decision.
Oh shit! So so the last time he lost in American soil was when was Blackpool Combat Club and Shota beat Chaos and
True.
Insurgents.
But he still wasn't pinned.
He
I
wasn't
don't
pinned.
give a fuck. He lost.
Well, again, I feel like you're protected in defeat if you're not part of the decision directly.
He didn't lose at Forbidden Door last year. He didn't lose in Resurgence
lose-
this year.
A loss is a loss. Told this L.
Yeah, we'll tell that to Okada, who's still at the top of the mountain, and he is the mountain.
He's gonna get an L. I swear to God, if he doesn't lose this time, bro. I'm getting
right.
sick and tired of this man, bro. He's disrespecting all these. How dare you disrespect Shooter? How dare you disrespect Kaito?
Yeah.
He punked Kaito out.
That was some bullshit, bro.
Everyone, young boy. You young boy.
But I'm happy Pinto knocked him out, which was funny as shit, though. But you know what? It does count, you piece of
It does.
A loss is a loss.
It's okay. It's
Exactly,
okay.
a loss is a loss. But okay, you know what? My turn. Here's how I see the match, right? The match is going to be fucking amazing. The match is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. It's going to basically make me come in my pants. Okay?
Careful. People,
match-
you did.
the
Careful,
match-
remember where we are.
The
Back
match
to
is gonna be-
censor.
Warning. But the match is going to be fucking awesome. The match is going to be great. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a spectacle. It is probably going to be a 5 stars. If not a 5-star, maybe take 4.9.
Oh, God. Nelson's going to retire off this star-rated shit.
This match will be literally one of the greatest encounters of a fantasy booking and part of me thinks Okada's gonna win because LOL.
Mm.
It is
And
Okada
to
in the
the
main
other-
event.
Yeah, he should have lost to Jay at that time, bro. But I see why. But like but if Bryan Danielson actually wins this match, he could say that he beat Okada 1, 2, 3, probably clean. But this match is going to dictate how can well personally it's going to dictate how Bryan can take a Japanese strong style. How
That's a
how
good
can
point.
he take going up
Mm.
against a Japanese wrestler who is known, well, who is probably secretly turning into Antonio Inoki, because I know some people want to see Danielson in a G1, let
Yes.
alone wrestle in Japan. So
Yes.
this is probably a test to see if his body
Ooh,
not made of
yeah.
glass,
Yeah, that's
not
actually a
made
fair
of
point.
fucking duct tape and wood, with skinny wood,
Yeah,
fucking plastic.
yeah, that is true.
So,
Because
yeah.
I didn't even think about that. We always take for granted that Danielson's back, but like
Yeah.
we always forget that he's gotta make sure that he can even hold
Yes,
up doing this.
yes, because if he can handle Okada, I think he can handle a tour dates. If he can handle somebody as tougher, maybe a Shingo,
Takagi,
maybe a who's another
Minoru
Tomohiro
Suzuki,
Tomohiro
Minoru
Ishii.
Suzuki.
Yeah.
If he can
Yeah,
handle
Dad, he
those
actually did face Miss Suzuki though already. Remember that Rampage buy-in. He did face
He
Suzuki
did,
and
and it
won.
was a great match.
all
Great
right.
match, yeah.
So like if he can handle this type of shit, maybe he could probably handle a tour date. If
True.
he can handle a tour date, can he handle a G1? Which is basically matches every fucking day. Well, a few times a week.
But basically, a ton of matches within a month.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah. So basically, this match is going to prove a point if he can handle the Puresu style, and it'll be kind of fun to see him in Noah again. But
yeah, he's been there before.
yeah. So like, this is going to see if he could handle if his body could handle a style like this.
So
Like,
it's not
take
so
out-
much an endurance test for time; it's an endurance test of the body's well-being. You're figuring in this match.
Yeah, because I want you to think about this. We want to see wrestlers in Japan, right? See
course.
how they do well. But we're not thinking if they can handle it. We got to think if they can handle it or not.
The strongest
People
discipline,
probably-
of course.
Yeah, people probably want to see, I want to see so and so from WWE to go to Japan. I want to see the Miz in Japan. He would die.
No,
That's
I don't know.
Accurate.
I don't know, man. If he got trained by the American Dragon a little bit, he'll be all right.
But can he?
He'll
The
still
Miz,
die.
versus, the Miz versus Taiji.
The Miz against Minoru Suzuki.
I mean, Minoru Suzuki would kill that boy.
That's what I'm saying. He would die. He would literally get fucked up in the damn ring, especially with his safe style.
Yeah.
Picking on against people who could literally kick the shit out of you. They wear kickbacks for a reason.
Yeah, except Suzuki, he wears nothing.
Suzuki just built, bro. He needs to be locked up in jail. That man's a murderer.
Hey, Asuka's still
He is
alive.
dead,
So
Grandpa.
Asuka's still alive. He didn't commit murder, so there's that.
Yeah, but yeah, this match is gonna be awesome. If this is the main event, I'm happy. If this not the main event, I kind of understand why. But yeah, this is gonna be hard hitting. This is gonna be ridiculous. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I kind of want to say Okada's gonna win because
LOL.
Rainmaker go burr. But
And
like,
we haven't seen Brian Danielson take the Rainmaker yet.
yeah,
So I mean,
but I want Brian Danielson to win.
that's fair. That's absolutely fair. And also, what if Brian Danielson survives one Rainmaker? You could count on one hand how many people has actually survived a single Rainmaker. Kota Ibushi. So again, Kameka, you've made some very fair points towards JJ's longevity in a whole different aspect that me and him could definitely respect.
Yeah, but you said to go down to one Rainmaker. I want you to remember how many times he would do to Rainmaker in a fucking match.
Yep.
He hits one, he doesn't go for the pin. He hits
That's
another one,
true.
he doesn't go for the pin.
Well, the real Rainmaker, I mean, not the one where he just, short range of Rainmaker. You know the one I'm talking about, where he literally just takes him out the next week. He does that short range one, then pulls him again, then does another short range one, and then eventually goes for the big one. He did that with Kota Ibushi. He's done that with Naito. He's done it with Katakamiya. And Okada's also no stranger to being the bad guy. He welcomes wearing that black hat sometimes, because at the end of the day, it engages the fans. Because what's Okada's number one motive? To show that New Japan Pro Wrestling is the strongest pro wrestling on the planet, but also make people happy about professional wrestling. This match will do that in spades.
I have a prediction for a spot that would be fucking crazy. Well, two.
Go ahead.
One spot is the Rainmaker counter to a Busaiko knee.
Oh, wow.
Another spot is a Rainmaker counter to a label lock.
Oh yeah.
And to answer Rob's question, my favorite New Japan wrestler is a toss-up between Hiromu and Shingo.
Neither of which right now unknown. So I mean, yeah. Also, we got Doki of Just 5 Guys tonight on Rampage. It's gonna be fun. While we go with Kalmar in the corner.
His name is Dookie.
It's Doki. Respect Doki, the Doki Choki, the Doki Choki Zero. Anyway, let's go ahead and get Chris's thoughts here. Chris, what's your aspect on this match? Because I'm very curious. Like JJ, I'm sure you're not very familiar with New Japan Pro Wrestling, but you are familiar to a degree of Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson. But since Bryan Danielson reincarnated, the American Dragon has returned to the professional wrestling scene, there's been no doubt in my mind he's working on an even stronger, crazier cylinder since he left WWE. So this aspect of the American Dragon now facing one of the greatest of all time on New Japan Pro Wrestling last decade, Kazuchika Okada. What is your thoughts on this dream match, especially based on the long-term storytelling and booking idea that JJ gave, but also the idea of endurance in a different way that Zero represented? Either way, could this potentially go to a 60-minute draw?
Well, I'm going to give my brief thought before we have to wrap this up before Friday Night SmackDown.
That's fair, brother.
Oh, shit, it is about to be.
That's what happens when you guys go off the damn rails, but I love the conversation. Anyway, continue.
But this is going to be this is going to be an exciting match. This is a dream match that we all been waiting for to see. This is going to probably be the main event that's going to close out the show.
As Paula alluded to, that Scott talked about. Continue. And
personally, what I saw Wednesday with the crowd with Okada, I'm going to say to you guys right now, my prediction for this match is I'm going with Okada to defeat Bryan Danielson this Sunday night.
Okay.
Fair.
So,
I'm going the opposite, by the way.
I love this. The one match in the card that's paired in the main event is the one most polarizing. I love this. So, James, go ahead, man. Close it out.
I think somehow Danielson's going to counter that Rainmaker and get that submission win. I have a feeling he's going to be the one thing. He's going to be the one asterisk to Okada's name where he loses in the U.S. I just have that feeling. Could be wrong.
Submission, James? Submission?
He'll make him pass out. I absolutely could see him making him pass out.
I can't recall the last time Okada lost via submission.
You know what could actually happen to the whole joint is that if you're gonna go for a pass out win, there's a few ways you could do it. You can have him stomp the everlasting shit out of his head.
Yeah,
that's true. He kicks a man's head in.
And then do it. and then just literally tighten that some bitch.
Yeah, you can
But
either do lapel lock, regal stretch, or the cattle
yeah,
mutilation. Either
I
one of
love
them.
the cattle mutilation. It looks so beautiful.
He hasn't used that move for quite a while, actually, now that I think about it. And as far as my favorite, Minoru Suzuki.
There you go. Yeah.
The path of the lonely warrior. All right. Well, bottom line is this. I feel Forbidden Door this year is definitely going to surprise us. I don't know if it's going to surpass our expectations as far as last year's go, but I do like the fact there are more singles matches. They are AEW vs NJPW. If nothing else, there's suspension of belief for character development in a few. And this match alone is worth the money for me on this pay-per-view because these guys are at least going to go for half a damn hour. You know that for a fact. So
45 minutes.
45 minutes, Jesus Christ.
To the because I want you to understand something. If this is going to be a main event and this is going to be an Okada match, they're going to bring everything it takes. They're going to literally beat the everlasting dog shit of each other, literally passing each other's limits. A lot of reversals, a lot of counters, a lot of fucking beat the shit out of each other. They're going to go far, and far. These two men is not going to give a 30 or 20-minute match. These two men are going to give it a fucking hour, 45 minutes, maybe 50, close to 50 minutes because Okada has the endurance. This man is a superhuman. Do you not know how he trains? Apparently he trains in literally zero gravity. Well, or
what?
like
Does
no,
he?
I think either it was something he trained in that was fucking ridiculous. Like low pressure or some shit.
What?
This man is
he's doing hyperbolic time chamber shit.
At this point,
Dragon Ball Z
is. Yes, because this man is a superhuman. He trains in crazy. So, do you honestly think a 30-minute match is going to phase him?
Probably not. But
phase him. This man is literally built ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
true.
And
then you have Bryan Danielson. This man, have you noticed he hasn't wrestled a match for a while? He been like the last match he had, it was a Double or Nothing, but that was the last match he had.
Yeah, you're right.
He hasn't been wrestling
and it was team based. Last one before that was actually singles. It was literally Revolution. Before that, he was on Revolution matches, singles matches every week, and they were bangers. So
yeah, so like this man hasn't been wrestling for a while because he knows.
We got Zero. I hate to do this to you, bro, but we got to wrap up soon.
Yeah, but I say I love the diatribe, I love the continuation, but we're kind of you're gonna go almost as long as what you made this match might be.
But yeah,
it's okay. I don't have a millionaire horn, but everyone did make a point. And guys, this has been a lot of fun. The Forbidden Door waits, but let's go ahead and enjoy the rest of our Friday evening, especially with Rampage around the corner for me. So I think, folks, we'll go ahead and conclude from there and go into our shows. Thank you once again for tuning in. We hope that you take a chance to enjoy Forbidden Door. Stay tuned to Aaron Riff's thoughts after Collision and his picks. Stay tuned for the forum on my Twitter and YouTube. And with that being said, let's go around and conclude this thing. Chris, always a pleasure, man. You might not know a lot about New Japan Pro Wrestling, but you're invested as a fan in this pay-per-view, so I always appreciate your engagement. What do you want to plug and promote? And I know you'll be back here next week for City Predicting Money in the Bank, but just focus on your stuff. Keep it brief and simple.
Well, I'm keeping this short and sweet. Where you guys can all find me at is my Twitter is Christopher is C Rots 24. My Instagram CMROTZ _6472. Facebook Christopher Rods. Discord C Rots 2423. Snapchat C _Rod17. My TikTok is Rots _2423. Those are my plugs. And concerning about next week's Money in the Bank, Noah, you could definitely put me down for next Friday at 5:15 for Simply Predicting. I will definitely be on and ready to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday with Forbidden Door. Whoever's competing in the Prediction League, good luck on Sunday. Let's make a positive changing everybody's perspective on this crazy universe that we're living in. Just enjoy life, just enjoy positive, just be positive, and that's what I'm gonna say. And I have to get off right now to watch the fallout with the Bloodline from Friday Night SmackDown. So
That's fair, East Coast.
so
That's fair.
peace out, guys, and I'll see you guys next Friday for Simply Predicting from Money in the Bank.
Sounds good, man. I'll see you in the forum. Good luck and enjoy your evening. Thank you again. Arigato. All right. Zero, man. Again, always a pleasure. Zero for open mic night. Oh, there you go. We got to mention that. With,
Oh no, we'll go like 5 hours with you on, bro. Jesus Christ.
he might incur some super chats, though. Just saying again, folks. And we always appreciate your time. If you ever want to engage the conversation, super chat is as simple as that. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in, whether for the whole thing, you crazy buffoons. God bless you. Or, for parts based on which match was discussed. That being said, Zero, always appreciate your take. James, I see you got your screen here, so we'll let you go next week. Go next.
Yeah,
what do you,
this is really all I got to plug. There's a couple things here. So, Wrestling Fortune 44 Incorporated, we're going to be premiering in 9 minutes. In case you are not watching SmackDown for whatever reason, I decided, you know what, let's get a little corporate synergy going. And by the way, since I have this on standby just in case, I am going to post it in the chat right now. So if you guys are interested, you can watch Judgment Day 2000. That will be on in 9 minutes time. That's going to be premiering. On top of that, we actually launched our first couple episodes of Owen the Talkinator. One's going to be premiering on July 6th, 2023. And yes, that title is exactly what it says. They're reviewing Kiss Sis episode 1, season 2. This was like their most viewed video was episode 1, and it's a wild one. And there's also the Ben 10 guessing game. So everything is here. Owen the Talkinator Studio is now officially part of FTW Productions, and that's really all I got to plug right now.
Yeah, good stuff, man. All right. Zero, again, man, you're one hell of a conversation and definitely a lifelong fan of Pro Wrestling, so I can appreciate that and respect that. I know we'll be back together on Sunday on Spark, but anything you want to promote, everybody will find you.
I want to plug in my Zero channel -0 where like so me you mean her but like so the best of the Joshis has concluded. Miss Quick is the winner. Congratulations. You fucking whatever. But like but what's coming up is Pride 5, which is going to be basically my magnum opus of creations of my EFED show. Pride 5, we already have like a few matches announced. The main event is going to be V versus Tasmania, a feud that has been going on since my Frontline show. My other match is going to be my main character, J.K. Miller, has challenged anybody from WYW. So yeah, and
That's my league.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah. So like, and some other matches is going to also be announced soon. So yeah.
All right, good deal. JJ, again, man, it's been a party as always. Whether you're leading the conversation or being a part of it, how's it feel to know that you're not the only guy that sometimes loses control?
It feels real good, honestly.
But that being said, Paula, appreciate you always. Please, again, folks, everybody that's tuning in on any of the channels, like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, give JJ a super sticker, and give us support, give us a thumbs up. We do this all the time with all things wrestling against Shop WW family. JJ, I know that you and I, we're always busy with our own fans. We also collab a lot of stuff too. You sent me a number of fun little graphics. So I know you got some fun stuff coming up. So as you give me the number, I'll play and promote. So let's go ahead and find out what you're up to. And of course, where can people find you beyond this?
You can always find me on the social medias, on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, on Twitter, ROWJJ Williams, on YouTube at Casa D18 Studios, which a number of you guys are watching us on. Thank you very much for your support.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and then, man, the shills. So just start running them in order, sir, 1 through.
You got it.
So make sure you guys sign up for the members only section
No.
of the Casa D18 Studios channel.
God damn, Zero. Let him plug his shit. Man.
Please show me the
Focus.
same respect I showed you during your
Sorry.
plugs.
That's it. Come on,
Sorry.
guys. Show
Sorry,
some decorum.
man.
Continue,
That
JJ.
is where you can find all of my brand new exclusive wrestling content. The official launch date is July 1st. In the meantime, I've been uploading some minor content here and there. You've got me and Noah calling NXT Battleground went live on there. You've got me and Noah calling the trios match from Rampage with Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Karen Jarrett versus Mark Briscoe, Papa Briscoe, and Aubrey Edwards is up there.
Yeah.
Beginning July 1st, go ahead and throw up slide 2. I'm going to have Capital Punishment.
Oh,
I'm going to be reviewing that show as my inaugural review as we head into 4th of July. I originally was going to do something Great American Bash related, but I figured let's hold off, kick the bash off either next year or the following year when we can actually start doing some of the anniversaries of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
Also this month, I'm going to be doing a whole slew of NXT content. Black and gold NXT content.
My NXT!
Content. Go ahead and put that back up.
All right.
Yes. July 6th, NXT from Secret to Sensation. The following week will be NXT Greatest Matches Volume 1. The week after that will be NXT Best of 2017. And wrapping up the month of July, Best of NXT TakeOver 2018. I'm going to be taking a look at all those DVDs, reviewing them in depth. I've already got From Secret to Sensation canned, edited, uploaded, just waiting to go live. Also on my community page, you can vote for which Money in the Bank ladder match me and Noah are going to do a retro call of. I've been giving choices over the last multiple days. The last poll went live today, and then over the next week or so, we're going to start whittling down till we get one match that Noah and I will then call during the month of July. July 1st is the Money in the Bank PLE for WWE. So Noah thought it would be a cool idea to kind of go back and do a retro call of a match that you, the fans, choose, but you can only vote for that match if you are a subscriber to the members only section.
Very good.
Then, of course, this Saturday we've got open mic night. That is just a little idea of what we will be discussing this week. Got the possibility of Adam Page potentially becoming a WWE star. Apparently, there's some grumblings about interest in him. Got some news on Ronda Rousey. Logan Paul being inserted in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Could he potentially walk away with the briefcase? CM Punk's return and what it did for ratings, and the Owen Hart tournament kickoff. All that stuff will be gone in depth on open mic night. And then, of course, Sunday, the Forbidden Door Watch-Along, a Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media watch-along event being carried across all of our channels, Casa D18 Studios, Simple Man Brand, Jeff Meacham Network, and the J. Hebert 95 FTW Studios. Noah and James on the call, as always, calling the action for that stuff. I'll be in the producer's studio. Looking forward to seeing how everything plays out, man. It's going to be a good show. Lots of fun stuff coming up. And that doesn't even touch on my normal stuff going up on the channel with Renegades Reviews. I just wanted to focus on the wrestling content because this is a wrestling-centric show.
Damn it. But I digress. So, JJ, I always appreciate your multiple dynamic content, whether it's movies, whether it's wrestling, whether it's something else in and out of producing. But you also set interesting goal that we briefly touched on at some point here, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Come over the course of open mic night and the Forbidden Door watch along. So the super chats that came in today do not count. If we can get $100 super chats in to the Casa D18 Studios channel, so not the Jeff Meacham Network, has to come strictly to my channel. over the course of both of those shows, I will shave my hair on the Money in the Bank stream. Buzz cut live
There you
on
go.
the air.
There you go. Full on military, folks. So there you go. I'm sure
Yeah,
Arlene and
I'm
Manuel are paying.
I'm not gonna scalp it like Aaron Rift did when he lost his bet.
What was that boy
But it
thinking?
will be a, like you said, a military grade buzz cut.
All right. Well, a lot of good stuff coming up across all y'all stuff. And thank you again, always, my friends, for being a part of the party and part of Super Predicting. And thank you again to all those that tuned in. Again, Zero, you definitely got a fan in Rob. He would actually like to engage you on social media. So I guess he wants to see if you can add him on, FB, Facebook. But
And
let
thank
you and him
you
figure that
again
out.
to the people that super chatted over the course of this afternoon's show. I greatly
Including
appreciate
Rob.
that.
Including
Yes,
Rob.
including
Rob, thank
Rob.
you. Yep, thank you, Rob, and thank you, Dwayne, for the super
Yes.
chats. Thank you, Paula, Rob, Ryan, and everybody that's engaged at some point. Rob saying, "You don't have hair." You want to retract that statement?
He does. He has hair.
Yes, he does. As simple as that. All right, just gonna put that out there. King A Train, of course, and everybody else that engaged here. King Mike, all sorts of kings. Good, great, freaking monarchy. To Ryan and of course Paolo O'Keefe. Appreciate all of y'all, Hassan and Sean. And folks, you want to know more about me? Know this, for I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! Tara jinsei o tanashinde wrestling guru raki shinde kudasai. But I digress. Find me on the Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Foster1916 for all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, the entire ACW fan on the Twitter. I'm still learning how to do Japanese at this point because I want to one day go to Tokyo. My goal is to one day go to Wrestle Kingdom. So
Better than I could ever talk.
well, I appreciate it. Arigato. Again, folks, find me primarily on the Twitter and on YouTube at Foster1916. The Twitter is where you can find all my live takes on all things wrestling, as well as Prediction League forums, updates with no DQ, and of course, Prediction League leaderboards as well. The community tab allows you to put your voice be heard, whether you're doing little polls, giving your simple assessment on wrestling shows. You can also find the first page of leagues there because YouTube has limited capabilities. Dang it. But you can also find the forums there as well. And shout out, of course, like I said, to my entire ECW family on the Twitter, Amara Jade, a.k.a. Megan Chiba, who's wrestling across the UK scene on the rise, proving that Jade is the most powerful gem. So good luck to her. And, of course, my entire family. You can catch the ATW View, a new episode coming soon. Find the entire playlist on my simple YouTube channel. There will be an interview impromptu ahead of Forbidden Door and maybe one afterwards, too. So stay tuned for more on that. As always, you can find me co-hosting because they brought me out of retirement, damn it, on AEW Spark as part of their productions, whether it's Zero, whether it's James, whether it's Owen Finch, or whether it's somebody else that might eventually join the fun. You never freaking know. I'm always happy to be a proud part of Open Mic Night hosted by JJ Williams. So stay tuned for the Saturday night shenanigans on that. You guys got a taste of what's ahead. Of course, this upcoming episode. Stay tuned for more on that. I might join late based on my ATW obligations, but I'll keep you posted on that. And, of course, the brainchild of my simple YouTube channel is Simply Predicting, which I love engaging with all sorts of people on this anytime because in my humble way, everybody has a voice. Your opinions matter too. And even if you're camera shy, your voice is what matters. So if you want to be a part of the fun, let me know. Let JJ know. Let good old JM know. Let Jeff Chabot. Let James know. And shout out to Moonlight Mirage because I know she wants engaged in the chat. And Zero, of course, being part of the City Predicting family as it continues to expand. We'll see who becomes part of City Predicting's six-pack next week for Money in the Bank. Currently, a spot has been claimed by Christopher Rotz, Arlene Emanuel. I'll reach out to you because I know you might be interested in that. And also, the City Predicting, if you're not on one panel, don't worry. I'm not letting up anytime soon as I look at all things wrestling. Here's the City Predictings coming up for the summer. After Money in the Bank, we got Slammiversary, Step Before Dishonor, NXT Great American Bash. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. JJ's NXT! Damn it! But he digressed. WWE SummerSlam, the Impact WWE Multiverse United 2 crossover, Impact of Birds, and of course the granddad of them all to close out the summer, AEW All in London. It's going to be a hell of a fun time. You can stay tuned for more reviews on all the biggest shows and all things wrestling, courtesy of A Simple Take. Usually with me and JJ. We'll see what happens, though, with this one. It might be James that joins in because we will be doing a Simple Take on the Forbidden Door as well as Money in the Bank. And for the first time in Simple Take series history, me and Datilla will be kicking off the Impact Wrestling pay-per-view Simple Takes, starting with Slammiversary. Looking very forward to that. Again, as I alluded to, you got Sleep Addicting next week, Friday, with Money in the Bank. And then we move on from there to Summerversary, where this is my main event. And then we go into Death Before Dishonor. And as always, with AEW Spark, we'll give you weekly coverage, weekly thoughts, weekly reviews on Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Now that the weeks have literally 3 shows every week. Damn it, Tony Khan, you madman. And of course, the fun little summer project I have coming up annually all the time with the rest of Cyber Kids Gallery. Congratulations, Casey, on conquering the big seat. You're definitely grade 1. Looking forward to doing this with you as we give our own little bracketology on G1 Climax 33, Born in the Ring. Stay tuned for more on that as well as part of my Simple brand. And that's just some of the wholesome fun coming up in collaboration or solo-wise on my Simple brand too. But as always, I'd like to conclude. There are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. So at the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families. I can't say it enough. Just enjoy life and enjoy wrestling. It's as simple as that. But again, with that being said, thank you so much once again for tuning in. Please subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell. This video goes live or on demand on this channel or any of these channels, including Zero, who put his thing there. So there you go. Now you know. Appreciate you, bruv. Again, now you know. Again, like I said, hit the bell. Know this video goes live on demand on any of these channels. Give it a subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. Let us engage with you. Give us some thoughts in the comments down below. Hit the bell. This video goes live or on demand. And again, super chat this man. He's got a goal. He's got incentives. He's got content for members. He monetized now. Show him some love, if you will, at Cassidy 18 Studios. And I assure you, all of us here are not letting up our content creativity and our passion for this industry anytime soon. Especially now, with more fans going on than ever, in a more, I think, stable environment where there's not so much negative news. About damn fucking time. But I digress.
Yeah.
For the man, get JJ Williams, for Christopher Rotz, for the entire Sleep Addicting family, for Zero, for Open Mic Night petition. Again, gotta take it up with the board. For James Hebert, at James Hebert, side 95. I am the Seminole Foster. Thank you once again for tuning in to what's been one of the most wild renditions of Sleep Addicting. It's always fun. It's always been a blast. But until next time, as it's Friday night, and you know what that means, make a positive impact in life and have a good night. Gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me for the Forbidden Door. Let's close this thing out.
Red Party! 3, 2, 1.